Welcome everyone, I'm Millie, and I'm here with Krishna. This is round 5 of season 6 of UNGA Down Under, and we're powered by CCH, Team WP, and the Australian and New Zealand KOF Discord. Welcome all!
Hope everyone's well tonight.
That was a bit of a pause, I was worried.
I thought you were going to keep going, that's why.
Fair enough. No, I just thought you were going to say hi, but welcome all. How are you? Happy Easter. It's Easter time.
Good Friday. You know what that also means? Is there's no more hot cross buns in Coles and Woolworths anymore. That is super sad. That has been my dinner, like, a lot for the last 3 months.
Fair enough. Like,
so good.
it's also like it's for some of us, it's a long weekend, 4 days off.
I don't know about you, but I had a stressful week at work this past week.
Mine was kind of stressful. Been stressful like fortnight.
Why was yours stressful?
I'm learning a new job.
Oh, that's true. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And while we're just waiting for everyone to get on into like the lobby, just how are you all? And also, I do agree with what our beloved stream master said. It's only a few months and it'll be January again.
That's true.
Considering how this week...
what's like the next major holiday that's like has stuff
Anzac
in store?
Day.
I don't see Anzac
Halloween?
Halloween's October though. Is there nothing else?
Look,
Surely there's something
Halloween's a personal favorite holiday.
We're in
April.
March, April, May. May, June, July, or it might actually be Halloween. Could be a while away. Look everyone. Nice little SNK emotes in the chat. Thank you for that.
Oh, that's
Commander
awesome.
Ben.
Thanks.
I need to play KOF again. I keep forgetting to.
I'm gonna get KOF soon. I think I've decided, and I'm just gonna bite the bullet.
While waiting for that, it looks like Shen and Stevo. Stevio?
Yeah.
It's gonna be our first matchup.
Yeah. And from what Shen's hovering in the lobby screen, I just
Luke.
Look, Luke's a great character. He's strong.
But
I also maybe he's not the best character. I have my own personal hatred towards the character.
It's yeah.
He's broken. It feels like.
I don't know. I can't remember who else said it, but I agreed with them at the time that I don't think Luke has been the most broken character that SF5 has ever had.
Okay.
I'd still say Chun season 1, Balrog, or Urian or Abigail season 2 and 3.
Maybe I'm wrong about Luke being broken. He's just extremely strong.
I think he's very strong, and easily in this season, I think everyone still is beginning to have a problem.
Yeah, the boys are matching in blue today.
So, round 1.
Stevio, you're gonna go at Alex. I haven't seen him on Alex. I think. I don't think I've ever seen him on Alex.
He was an Alex player.
The first time I met him, he was on Cody at the time, and then he was switching around for different characters, but he's getting on those Alex buffs. Alex finally not mediocre for once.
Yeah. He's mid-tier. Grapplers are rising up. Ooh, Lucia had taken the plus range. But
Ooh, big whiff.
you have to be scary when Luke has each figure up on the table.
Remember that new mechanic? Every time he attacks, that bar goes down.
Yeah.
Steven needs to be offensive! Oh my
God.
Plus. The plus.
Yeah.
Hard to say. No more trigger though for Shen, so a little bit scarier.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm liking the jump ins. They do seem a little risky.
Steve has avoided it for the most part. Ooh. Oh no! Not quite.
They're both
big lariat whip.
Round 2.
Yeah.
Fight.
One plus is pretty quick. You kind of forget about it until situations like that come about and you're like, alright, there it is.
Tick through. Oh, try to armor. Didn't quite. That was a counter hit. Very median-y.
I'm pretty sure it's either normal flush knuckle or charge flush knuckle is actually punishable if it is blocked or whiffed.
I think it depends what version, if I remember.
Yeah, I know the heavier ones, medium heavy, are punishable.
I think heavy's safe, but plus on charge. Medium is unsafe and... Ooh, man, I think it's safe on charge. No, I can't remember. I know one of them was -4, I just can't remember which one.
It's gotta be mine. We
Yes.
just, ooh.
Shan with advantage. He can take his time. Oh!
Dash up through.
Can you guys believe that this was supposed to be a rush down aggressive character?
Luke or Alex?
Luke was supposed to be. So he was supposed to
I
have
didn't see it.
quote unquote weak defense. It didn't quite pan out.
You mean like, but sometimes what
Round
people are
1.
saying, the best defense is offense. Sometimes you don't have to worry about defense if you're always in their face and letting hit.
Stevo trying to make that come true a bit. Nice.
The DP is anti-air.
With punish using the target combo. Quite in range for the back medium. Oh, try to whip punish. No punish though. From Stevo gets pushed to the corner.
I also just feel like with Alex, you just need one good hit in and you can start gaining more momentum.
Especially with that VT2 now. It's
Yeah.
real. Comebacks can come real quick. Tries to get grab, but not quite. Oh, he might be dead.
Crash panel.
Almost. Charge into plus. Good V reversal. We needed that. Whip punish the jab.
Nice. That was real clean.
Round 2.
Is that the first round of the board?
Yeah, the first round.
Uh-oh. Nice little walk up. You have to keep that stun high. Oh, he was waiting for his DP. Tries to go in. Oh, I think I'll let it go. No need to chase now. A lot of work for Schenkhan.
I feel like they're just waiting to see an opportunity they can either whip punish or get in. Oh my god, he just...
Is that a command grab?
Yeah.
Oh my god, who needs AXTP?
Yeah.
See, everyone does it. Even Schenkhan does it.
Yeah, you love to see the way customers. They always seem to hit.
Oh, walk up!
No!
No, he missed it! No, Steve! Not like this!
So... We're already seeing...
Final round. Fight.
Oh, that hurt. That hurt to watch.
Yeah. Hey, look, we all do things. We all have those days, they're just those moments.
Yeah, but it might cost him now.
Yeah.
Could have been a tight game. Shen looking for the kill. Drags to the corner. Safe plus.
Just the through.
Ooh, okay. Chance now.
the
Steve needs to
corner.
activate. He needs to activate. Oh, he's gonna
Yeah.
get skate.
Maybe it's looking...
Uh-oh.
Steve's looking to get into, we activate some way, I don't know.
I saw him get interrupted by the stand heavy kick. He tried it again. It's not working. I think stand heavy kick is probably the most common activate. Oh, he didn't do it then! Okay, there we go. Nice. I need a lot more. Steve, I need a lot more! More!
That's the command grab.
That's more! You might not be dead though. You might not be dead.
No, it could be a
Scaling.
color.
Never mind. I lied.
There we are. It's dead.
Guys, calm down. He had it the whole time. Jeez.
Alex wins.
Had it the whole time. Yeah. Plan calculated 100%, not Look, it's UNGA. You sometimes have to bring it. The UNGA.
I wonder if this will be the first season where all the Alex players aren't just chasing Twitter clips and they
Round
actually
one.
play well.
Fight.
I'm ready.
Sorry, I didn't say that. That was just for Issedia.
I was gonna say, Alex players would never chase Twitter.
Have you seen Freezer? He does it with every character. Ooh.
Yeah, no, I think they'll always chase Twitter kids anyway. Nice pressure from Shen as always.
That walk-up lariats work for him a lot.
Yeah.
One more.
I think it's not a common option you'd expect that's why it's working.
I stun. Oh, blocked! No punish though.
Deactivate the...
Oh, nice, he grabbed corner as well.
Nice.
Ooh! No punish. Shen still at a big advantage. I reckon he'll just reversal any pressure. He doesn't need that damage from that trigger. Oh my god, he didn't block it though. There we go. Just make some space.
Whatever.
Just need a touch. There we go.
Yeah. Good
Very
old
calmly
Sandblast.
played.
Very...
Fight.
Well, this is 1-1 with, like, point to Shem. I really want to see final game, final round. This is actually really fun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I like just the D-shift to try and keep Stevo with the baseball there.
Yeah, I don't think he minds being mid-screen. If he can just push, get away. No, will he? Oh my god, again?
You felt that?
Did I just see another wake up super?
Oh. Shen on the verge. Activate the stay plus. Try to shimmy. Good. Needs to do it himself. Oh!
Wow.
Attempted the double lariat. Almost worked out.
Luke
Then
wins.
just sneaking in with the blade button. He's going to take it 2-1.
What a good set. This is...
Well, I thought I was
Best game of the
sleepy,
night.
and now I'm awake.
It's go time.
Look, I'm a fan of the wake up supers.
That's all you can do with your character.
Not all.
Well, you've stopped doing wake up trigger, which is good.
Every now and again it happens, but it's true. Like, you gotta love seeing the wake up supers. Yeah, that was like good showing. I really hope we can see Stevo again. And
I
we're
wake up a
seeing-
new super. That's the next level. That's the next level play.
Yeah. Yes, BK, it's too late. I reminded you yesterday.
Oh man.
But we're seeing Chibi and Llama up next, which will be good. It'll be good to see Chibi back playing Seth and UNGA, and maybe Llama and the new character.
EB going through a bit of a character crisis. He's kind of tried G into Llama, but which is a bit.
Can I let
Not
BK
sure.
tag in for this match?
You'll have to ask Schenkhan. I'm pretty sure he's going to say no.
Yeah.
Be his answer.
Also, Chibi has a Luke. If Chibi and BK are going similarly like what they've done with the Yuri and they both picked, maybe Chibi has a Luke. Maybe he's playing another character. I personally want to see the Rashid.
I wouldn't mind seeing Rashid. I think Rashid got. I think he got a mix of both. He got like buffs and dice, but he might be okay. I don't think we're seeing Yuri.
Yeah, look, as much as I'm sure we'd love to see Urian,
I don't know. I've seen so many
it'll
people.
happen.
Do so many Urian players think that this isn't anything for like TB or BK or any of those? But they can't honestly think that EXDP made the whole character, right? So if he doesn't have it anymore, that's it.
But it's an armored wake-up reversal option.
Now, nah, you only have a V skill, I think, and it's 3
Okay.
frames. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not. It's just not. nerfed these buffers. Yeah, his stand medium punch got a lot
yeah.
worse. I remember that. I can actually whiff punish it now. It's funny.
Also, I think from Llama, who knows, we may be seeing the Gill as always, or we may be seeing the aura he's working on.
Gill got some nice changes. The one weird thing about Gill, which doesn't help Llama, is V-Skill 1 became a lot better.
Yeah, I actually played against a V-Skill 1 Gill the other day, and it's annoying to get in on them.
It's going to be G versus Gill. Yeah, he's going to go 1-1. Okay. So a lot of...
Okay.
I think most Gill players now are switching over to 1 because you can control
Yeah.
so much space on the screen. And to get,
also the
obviously, that retribution
G.
up.
He's a cool character. Fun.
I think G will definitely be back for the next SF6.
Yeah, like
I think it
hope
was very
so.
successful.
Also, the new retribution combos Gill's gotten is really good. Also, we're now fortnight into the new balance changes in the patch, so we'll probably be seeing more
punish.
things we didn't see before.
You know, now that we've had the balance pouch up for a bit, I think a lot of people, especially from the trailers, would think it'd be like a brand new game, but it's not quite that. It's still very SF5, and a lot of things we thought would like shake it up a lot haven't turned out to be that much different. But it is very different to last season.
What you're saying is very true. Nice distribution combo. Ooh.
Go to the next mix up.
Yeah,
Nice fish shift.
but
Whoa.
he's able to get a couple of level up, this will start becoming much more of an interesting or tricky match with
I don't think
Gill,
he has
as far as I'm
to
aware.
at the moment. One thing grabbed right out of the recovery of that V skill.
It is round 2. Fight.
I honestly haven't seen this map played much. Do you know how it goes? Like, is there a slight advantage, would you say?
I'd
One
say
of
it's
these
about
characters?
even, probably. They're both, in a lot of essences, they're both pretty similar. Probably G gets a little bit better Oki on things. Gill maybe a little bit more damage, but in essence of the way they work, I think they're not too far off each other.
Yeah. I also feel like Llama has to be careful here because like trigger activate. It's party time to G.
I didn't see what level TB was at when he activated that trigger. That is a new change that came about, but it's already looking like it's starting to finish. And... oh, he might be dead now.
Yeah.
Not my day. Gill wins.
Come on, TB. Urian. Urian.
Come on, TV, I want to see the Rashid.
Urian. Actually, I'd probably rather Rashid. Oh,
Round
no.
one.
Oh, yeah, we're sticking with the G, which is the.
Cryokinesis meteor.
I didn't realize you can maybe use that option with the golden shield move to block the projectiles.
I think the only thing I have to be careful of using that V skill is because Gill can throw that V skill up as well as having a fireball on the screen. It means Llama can get a lot of distance while both of those are up. And can be a little bit risky in that spot.
Fair enough.
Oh, he was close enough. Link it out. Beats the back. Nice activate.
Yeah, really clean activate. Just sometimes you just want to keep.
How he EX me to
Yeah,
am I not murder?
but
Low on the mix up. He is dead.
that's
Llama with one round to go.
yeah.
Fight.
You're looking so much stronger.
I don't think they were overly very big changes, but enough to make him work.
Yeah.
Oh wow! All linked together. One for stun. Oh, got him.
And
Oh
He shook out.
no! The media put him out of that. Oh no. Oh.
In my grab. KO. Not my
Grabs
day.
the whiff. And Llama will be going through 2-0.
Win.
Moving along in the winner's side of the bracket.
Yes, and hopefully we also see TB again. Look, I
It's
just enjoy
go
like
time.
seeing some good play. It's always fun
Let's
to watch
see.
everyone.
TB is T, so he would be up against. He's going to be versing DankScorpio and loses. That is a tough game.
Yeah, and up next we have Rumours vs Destiny.
Yep. Destiny been doing very well these past few weeks in all competitions, I think, not just UNGA.
Yeah,
Also featuring pretty well in the Couch Warriors online ranking battles. So I'm expecting really close match.
yeah,
Also, he just got Grandmaster. I forgot about that. Nice
he did, and that's
purple
awesome.
logo. Congratulations to
And-
him.
Shen's got Ultimate Grandmaster
Let's
because,
do this.
well, we have to give Shen some praise, otherwise who knows what'll happen.
You guys should try and convince Shen to stream.
Yeah,
You should make him stream his rank battles. I think he'd be a very good personality. Or very popular personality.
yeah. While we're waiting for like us to get into the match, just hope everybody that's great. We'll get to your highlights, don't worry. We get to see one of the new tracksuit costumes on Ed, like the colors. That's awesome. Sorry,
It's the Aussie
bit of a
colours.
fan. Yeah.
Desk work just
Round one.
Destiny going for 2-2. I'm assuming for the fireballs, but
Yeah,
Cody
that's
doesn't really need them, so I don't think it'd be
with the-
wasted.
No, and also any of the fireballs will flick as window. I'm pretty sure you can just way out of them.
I think it depends on how tight the box room might be. Some of the light ones might be okay. Ooh! Nice damage. For the mix, goes low.
You just have to be careful if
Oh,
you
wow.
anything into a pipe activables. Oh, bad news.
There it is. Oh, jumps it!
Oh, the jump.
Round two.
You know what? Jumping on the first one, I don't think Rumours will mind too much. There's still a very long way to go.
Also, Cody's throw loops, throw pressure is really insane, even still in this time past an era.
Especially in the corner. It's
I think it's
Ooh,
almost
nice reverse.
close to a true throw loop.
Rocket Sand. That's him back
Yeah.
to midstream. Oh, great
Oh no,
delay.
that's what
No! Look at punish though. Nice jump away. Rumours needs a way to activate. There it is. Last 50-50. Do the little tick. Oh, the rock.
Oh no.
You can throw the pipe, remember guys.
Yeah. And into the low after those last frames. Not
Final
good.
round.
Also,
50-50
yeah,
is happening there.
I forget that the pipe throws now an actual thing.
If I remember, Tom can probably correct me in chat, but I'm pretty sure you can only throw it once the trigger timer runs out. So it's a way for Cody to get rid of his pipe, which is normally a bad deal. Your triggers run out, you don't want the pipe anymore because it loses you access to your other normals.
Yeah. Destiny is in the corner. It's not looking.
Oh, that's a way to
nice.
break himself out though.
Yeah.
Nice. I think as long as Rumours denies the activate, he might be okay. Oh, unlucky there. Nice!
Good
Long
punish.
time to see it.
Cody
Great reaction
wins.
there, Rumours.
It was. Pretty sure that was a nice way reaction.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Steve with the EX on AA.
For once? What? Come on.
Round one.
You only had to say the first two
Fight.
words. Why'd you go and make that last part of the sentence?
Starting off the round strong for Rumours.
Nice, level 2 Zonk as well.
Knowing Rumours, he's always charging level 2 in.
It seems like a lot of the internationals and even the international commentators wonder how he can hold Zonk almost all the time. Good skill to have from Birdie. At least that carried over well.
Definitely. I feel like Destiny has to be so careful. You just have to wait for a way out. Hope they whiff something, hope they do something to try and...
There we go. Nice break. At the very least, he's just using up that burning that VT time, I should say. Nice for the low to finish it. And he's like 1 round away.
Yep, this will be the... Just good old feeling each other out in good old neutral.
I've told a lot of people this. It's like when you first get into Street Fighter, you're like, oh, amazing combos. And then the more you get into fighting games, the most interesting things happen when no one does anything.
I like...
Whoa!
No, this is gonna so bad news.
Nicely reversal, but I'm wondering if Destiny's going to leave his health really low by the time he activates.
Destiny does have to be careful.
Like, he's going to be on Pixel by the time he gets VT2, so he needs to try and make up some ground now before that has to happen.
Yeah.
Still a cross under.
I also feel like with VT2, if you get a good mix-up of it, it will be good, but also Rumours has V-Trigger now, and Pipe is scary.
Yeah. It's actually... Oh!
Oh!
Swaying inside the trigger string. He was going to go into VT after that fireball. So that was an excellent time to sway there. So before he got that mix-up off, that was a really nice play by Rumours, and he's going to win it. 2-0. Destiny obviously not out of it. He's going to be going through the losers bracket.
Good to see. Quick reactions from Rumours as always. Destiny doing well.
Just to update you on where the losers bracket is at, ROF surprisingly went to lose. I wonder if he's playing Kage again. I know he did a little bit in the, I think it was the OG Nerds tournament.
Yeah, it was.
He was trying out. He's pretty much trying out every character that wasn't Birdie. So I think we saw Jury in there. We saw Kage and Seth.
There was a Gill as well.
A Gill,
Finals,
yeah, that's right.
He
did it
Gill,
in finals.
and then Seth.
So he made his way past Panda, Sandman, and Stevo. That's quite a losers run already.
Yeah.
So
wait, Pandas is in losers too, or already out?
He's already out. ROF beat him 2-1.
Like, it's good to see Panda entering though.
I'm wondering who he's using these days. I haven't checked his CFN. I know he was using Cammy for a little bit before that patch. So I don't know if he's kept that up, gone back to Akuma, or tried something else.
It's either the recent Couch Warriors or one of the tournaments that happened last weekend. I think he's back on the Ken.
Ooh!
Or...
I'd love to see Panda on new Ken.
This is
He was
what I'm
so good at
thinking.
him when he was on trash Ken. And now Ken's good.
Hopefully Chat can correct me, but I'm pretty sure it's Ken. Also, speaking of Ken players, I know GoldieLocks is up next against our other, his opponent, who I'm not 100% sure. Let me just check.
Angel
Commentator. Angel Chomp.
He won the other tournament that was on that day, the one run by Dusk FGC, I believe.
Oh.
Angel's a Ryu player. That's what I remember from that finals where he beat Fellscribe, I think.
Right, so it's a Ryu play. That's awesome. We're getting some like beloved Shoto matches in.
If you believe, if you're a fan of Maximilian, dude, Street Fighter should just be Ken and Ryu, and that would be the entire game, and he would be happy with that.
I don't know.
Why? Because it's so grapplers. Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
Look, I may have a slight grappler bias. Also, thank you, Tom, for confirming it was Ken. Appreciate it.
You know what? For some people, Ben, that's what they want. They want Ken, Ryu, and that's it. They want that would be Street Fighter 6, and they'll pay $60 for that because that's what they want out of the game. That for them is Street Fighter.
Fair enough, and some of us like very more in depth. Not that Shotos aren't in depth.
I think everyone should
very
play a
characters.
Shoto once in their life because it's interesting. Even if you play a grappler, it's interesting to know what you start from, so you know how it's different from every other archetype there is.
Shotos are fun, but I should never be able to have the option to DP. I already wake up.
I think you'll like it more. You feel the power. That's definitely what I felt. Because like I was like you. I went from Makoto, who had Ultra 1 as a reversal, and that was it. And I was like, oh my god. You're telling me I can DP anytime I want? Hell yeah, dude.
Like, yeah, it's true.
There you go. Beeb revealed himself. He's one of those people. Shoto only.
Yeah, and we're like, they're fun. It's always fun to see the very archetypes we have in fighters.
Be interested to see. Gold is going to go Luke.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Luke, yeah. I know Goldie's been playing a lot of Luke lately since he's come out.
I reckon he's probably one of the players that's played it the most.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Shen has as well, or I'm pretty sure it's just Goldie.
Yeah, Shen's been balancing like 7 characters. So it's like...
And some of the other characters he just picks up. This will be good night. I'm pretty sure it's very rare for anyone to beat Luke in a fireball wall, unless they also have pretty quick.
Oh, nice.
Nice jump in.
I think you're right there. I think it will be on Ryu to maybe take some rest. Like that magic jump, and it worked out well. Nice. Using that stand heavy punch cancel as well. Probably trying to break himself out. Interesting. Angel's going V skill 2. VT1. I know it got a little bit better, but I didn't think it got that much better. I might be dead. And it is.
Yeah. Luke's trigger. Let it. You have to try and stop it, otherwise. Dangerous.
Ooh. Just wondering the way that Ryu might approach this matchup. Oh, I don't think he was in range for stand light kick. You're looking for a CC there.
I'm pretty sure in facing like this, a lot of Shoto players would prefer to throw fireballs and wait for a jump in, and if recovered enough in time to easily just CC it.
I'm wondering if maybe if you play a character with a traditional fireball, you want a fireball first instead of second. In second place, he might recover too quick, and you'll end up losing the fireball war slowly. Uh-oh, yeah. That happened, the response there.
Yeah.
Side tick range gets the jab target combo.
That was
My
also
auto
smart.
shimmy tool.
Luke wins.
It was also smart jump in by Goldie because it was at that range that if you throw a fireball, it's an easy jump in.
I think it's a very built-in reaction that if you block a fireball, you want to throw a fireball. I noticed myself doing that actually earlier today when I played a Kenner against Lauser and matchmaking. And every time I blocked a fireball, I threw a fireball. So that's what made that jump especially perfect in a scenario like that.
I was talking to a friend just before I started commentary tonight about just spacing and fireballs, and he was saying there's certain ranges where neutral jumps and jump-ins are the best way to get your advantage.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
With certain spacing, because that way, like, exactly that. And the XP and makeup, you gotta love it.
I like that Goldie did that earlier in the round, because obviously it's not costing him too much now, and allows him to get some space back, but Angel, gonna put some aggression on. That was a nice jump. Oh, missed the charge timing though. Didn't get as much damage as he wanted. Nice, right back at you.
Gotta love.
That air reset cost him a little bit.
You just have to be really careful here. Also, the one thing you don't want to do is try and jump in on Goldie here and test his reactions, because 9 times out of 10 he will DP you. It's more like a 10 out of 10.
I think in a case like that, I think it's good that Angel's being a little bit active.
Yeah.
Just gotta be careful of that walk forward though.
Yeah.
Big whiff. Luke reaches real far with that stand light punch.
And also, pretty sure that was solar plexus, which is pretty whip punishable and punishable.
Angel's giving up a lot of space. He has to be a little bit careful. He's made some nice headway.
The fire.
Yeah, that's a tool, but both Shen and Goldie have used that stand heavy punch to carry you forward into EX Fireball to keep you plus in their face.
I think that's what a lot of people seem to dislike about it.
Oh no!
And even now, oh, this is pretty just. Oh no! Good attempt,
You have to do it.
but-
You have to try it every so often.
Luke
One
wins.
real quick thing about Luke is because he has a lot of normals that either push him back a little bit or carry him forward. The just automatic spacing tools he has and just the ability to get into your face a lot quicker is, I think, the reason why a lot of people do dislike him more, because there isn't as much nuance in spacing and neutral. It's just kind of like, oh,
Definitely. So, I believe we're going to go to the bottom side of the winner semi. So it's going to be Schenkhan and Rumours. So, everyone get ready for more Luke. Oh.
hey, Luke's growing on me. I
No,
hate
he's
the
not.
character.
He's not. He's not.
I just enjoy seeing some of the players we have play him.
I think you just like the players, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Maybe when we
Also-
get Street Fighter 6. Can I tell you a conspiracy theory? Sorry to interrupt you there.
No, go for the conspiracy theory time with Castle 09.
So I know that some players, you guys are probably a big fan of Befail, as I am, and would have watched the Yun Bad Balance video. And one of the reasonings that Yun and Yang were so imbalanced was they made them strong on purpose to get people to crowd together around the new character that was being added to the game. I wonder if Luke was made strong like that on purpose. So you notice Luke, and then Street Fighter 6 comes out. And maybe Luke isn't even in strong in that game, but you know about it because of the next game. You at least know him.
True, and I
That's
just
my
saw what
conspiracy theory.
and I just saw what we finally get to see the Zeku.
We're free!
Thank
This
you,
is fun.
Shen. But also what Tom was saying that we
Best
don't
work
have
just
many
isn't
Lukes
my
yet in
problem.
OC is both the good but also a horrifying thought to have.
We've actually kind of
Let's hope-
avoided some of the most damaging characters over the years. Like the times when Cammy was at her strongest, we didn't have that many Cammy players
Yeah,
at all.
sure. We also get to see new Zeku buffs. Maybe in action.
I don't know what they are. Hopefully Shen will show us them.
You know, it's to do with there's a lot more on transformations.
I see.
Changing. I think it's very cool.
Oh, the rocked in anti-air. I think Rumours was expecting it as well.
Yeah. I also know, is HD1 the one where you can slide a lot more? Yes, it is.
Yes. You see that Shen
yeah?
delayed that because
Yeah.
you can hit confirm it. So if you slide normally, you can save it. For another time, it's on block. Oh, can't. I think maybe he swayed too early. It was a nice idea from Rumours.
I also know that with the new bomb swap changes, you can get a lot more either chains moves being cancelled or just damage or OP.
Hey, you like Reckless? Here's young Zeku.
Yeah. One of the latte thing I see young Zekus do a lot is the run into back throw into run again. It's so good. Oh, the command grab
the rock.
trying.
Yeah. Shen was too scared of that rock coming down on top of him, so pause a little bit. That's it. Tagged low.
Zeku wins.
And if you're wondering what Shen looks like when he goes to the BAM, that's what he'll be wearing.
What, are you trying to call him an old man?
No, I'm saying he often wears a pink business suit with a striped tie.
Fair enough.
It's,
Round
I'm
1.
just joking.
Fight.
he also wears his pants that high as well. Just FYI. Oh, there's that faux throw lip you were talking
Yeah.
about.
I'd love to see it.
Whoa, room
Oh, and there's a
separation.
new model route for RP for Zeku, which Tom just said. Thank you. There's only so much I can remember about character changes of discussion.
I don't know anything about Zeku because Befail hasn't made that video yet. That's what I wait for. And then trying to get Rumours into doing something. He broke it first though. Able to whip punish.
I
Throw.
just feel like no matter how much you go into a stare down mode or just like an back and forth when it comes to walking in and out of ranges, eventually like one of you's gonna crack first and do something.
Well, these two, along with Travis and Somniac, I should say as well, are like the slowest players in it in the FGC. And then you got BK who plays StarCraft basically and goes like 300 APM.
Round 2.
I wouldn't.
Fight.
It's true.
Oop.
But these players can also play really fast if they want to. They can easily like just step on that ignition.
I think that's definitely something I got wrong about the way that Shen plays. I used to think of him as a really slow and patient player, but what he actually does is change the speed of which he plays.
Yeah.
Depending on if he thinks he's winning or losing neutral. That was a big zonk damage.
Yeah.
Spend meter on.
We may also try and see just like a light or medium kick linked into GA. That'll like.
Oh, counter hit!
But, ooh,
I think Rumours did delay tech. Try to escape low. Didn't go to CA though. Oh! Might not need to. Didn't quite stun. Oh, he can be reversal though, can't he? Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Shen trying to test. At least he got one bar up. Actually, I just wanted something that was really
Final
risky.
round.
I wonder if Shen did that, even if either Rumours doesn't do it, or he loses trigger, which is another win condition that Cody has. So I don't think he minded either way. Still got him the round. Able to exit the corner.
Yeah. It's also good to see that like Rumours is definitely like
Ooh, nice.
And
Didn't quite. I wonder why they didn't combo. Oh, we still got it.
It's that corner pressure from Shen is looking really good.
Let's try to keep Shen there, but didn't quite. Just
I
normal throw.
also saw what TD was saying in chat is like in certain situations without trigger, like Cody has no way to win. Oh no, just could spell it down. Yeah, that's death.
I saw that crouch heavy punch. He tried.
Yeah.
He tried. Everyone saw it. He tried. Unlucky for Rumours.
It is unlucky if that hit or came out.
Zeku wins.
Guess what? Cody still has bad anti-airs.
I guess. But there's the new crouch
It's
heavy
go
punch
time.
type, and yeah, as far as I'm aware, also of course,
Is it new? Did they change it? Or did they change
I
something
think
else?
something changed about it. I can't quite remember what. I actually need to read through the patch notes.
Who do we have next, Millie?
It's Goldie vs Llama.
Ah.
That'll be a fun match.
So additional update. Dank took it 2-0 over TB. Angel, who we saw on stream earlier, is waiting to play Issedia down in losers. And Cad and Electric Allen apparently having a Civ mirror match, so I wonder how that's going. No wonder it's taking 23 minutes.
Hey. Sim mirror matches are cool, I'm sure.
I can't imagine Civ mirror matching being cool at all.
It's go time.
I don't know. For me, it would be something fascinating to watch because I don't think I've seen it yet.
You only need to watch it once and then you'll never have to watch it again. You weren't around when Minat mirrors were a thing because season 3 Minat was super, super strong. But Minat was awful at punishing herself. So whoever got the life lead basically won.
Okay.
And it was so stupid.
The only Minat mirrors I saw was like probably close to 5-6 months ago of Darius and Pass and Fledgling. But I also personally am a huge fan of Minat as a character.
Let's do this.
That makes sense. Thanks, Tom.
I think she's, again, one of the most successful new characters that they introduce. I think her, Zeku.
Luke?
No, not Luke. Who's another new character in this game? Rashid, kind of. I would see Rashid like coming back for additional games.
Yeah.
I think he worked well. I don't think Fang did. Laura's kind of up and down. Who else is new that came in this game?
Round one.
I think Colleen did well. I don't know if she'll be like a mainstay to come back. We'll see her probably won't come back, unfortunately. Oh my god, Goldie going in! Oh no, crosscut! Doesn't matter. Still gets a tick through. Meter build.
That was a very quick round one.
Super optimal meter build as well.
Round two.
It's always good to see Goldie's turn. Look, I personally say that Goldie's one of my favorite 10 players.
One thing that helped, not exactly helped, but I think Capcom really wanted to contend with this in these last couple of seasons is that all his V-skill and triggers, any combination of which are useful. So V-skill 2, V-skill 1, VT1, VT2, any combination of those four I think work in pretty much most scenarios. So he's a lot better placed than he was.
And like V-Trigger 2 in a viable matchup, even with Gill's projectiles or critical power.
There it is, exactly there.
I feel like I should stop trying to say something sometimes. It doesn't happen, but that was risky knee drop.
I wonder if we spent the EX just for the retribution. It's not gonna matter. Not dead yet.
No, not that yet. That was.
I think he wanted long button to activate.
Can win.
Goldie just interrupted him.
I feel like we've gone from some like more like patient, calmer, let's feel each other out playstyles to like Goldie just suddenly stepping on the ignition.
Yeah, I'm surprised that from Goldie. Normally that's what Llama does.
I think sometimes you need to outrush down Llama.
Well, Llama has the Sydney DNA, so it's like everyone's based off the BK template. And it's just variations of how insanely crazy you go.
Yeah.
Oh, couldn't get that meteor out. Not a lot there Ken could do. I wonder if he can stand light kick actually. Oh, nice. In range, only can link lariat. The most important thing is he got that fire on. Goldie's going to be very patient. I think he's going to try and outlast the fire. Yeah, there it is. No need a retribution anymore. Oh no! No hurt box out forward.
That was like a smart move by Llama.
Oh, nice.
The reaction, nice.
Oh! Llama fiddle. He knows he's gonna down back, so he tried to do it again. Oh, I think that was his chance. Is that dead? Hell yeah. I think Goldie's just trying to hold back and let that fire diffuse because he knows Llama gets a lot of value from that retribution combo, so he tries to block more of the time.
I feel like Llama's just talking about big missions. Being like,
What I mean.
okay.
He's going all the way up to 11. Oh, nice.
Golden CPs, they're always so good to see when it comes to dodging fireballs. You just know Llama, when the fires apply, just needs a hit and suddenly party time for Gill.
I think that's something that Goldie's very much keeping in mind in a lot of these exchanges. Is if that red is up, oh no.
Oh no.
It's really bad. Oh, it wasn't applied yet. Okay, so we just went for normal. There it is. Way to break out. I don't think he wants to spend meter. Yeah, I think he'll get the knockdown instead.
No.
He can kill the next hit. He'll be fishing for that crouch medium kick into super.
Definitely. Like, in order to secure the round, like,
oh no.
you want to spend super hit, but this is also now suddenly very dangerous for Goldie.
You can see him starting to still fish for it.
Yeah.
No, gotta be careful. Next hit wins. Llama just whiffing. That was so dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's done it again. Can't chip yet. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Twinkle toes. Nearly, you and I were saying it for like 30 seconds. But he's looking for that crouch medium kick in the super.
Hey, there it is. But now you've got Llama with full speed 3,000 jackets. Come on.
You know what's odd about the way that Gill spends bar though? It's not about the damage he gets, because he wants to put the retribution on, which means he needs to spend 1 bar to get it on, and then it's the next combo that does all the damage.
Makes sense. It's also, from what I know, you don't want to go into like a final game or like any final rounds without not having
ooh, is it gonna be it?
advantage.
It can be, it depends on the character that you're playing. It can come back from it as well. Like, if you're a very active character, like Gill, for example, you can build that meter pretty fast, even if at a deficit. I don't think Ken is in such a favorable position in this case, but Goldie's managed to even this up. Actually, they're both pretty even so far. And Llama's going to be real careful about these fireballs. That trigger is sitting there. Oh my gosh. Oh, just delayed enough. Can he get it? Yes.
There it is. Now 1-1.
Gill wins.
Now, I'm just curious, since Goldie did lose the game, are we going to see another character, or are we just going to see the Ken?
I think the Ken's doing well. I don't think he has a
It
reason.
is doing well.
I mean, he could, but I don't think it would help him at all. Like, yeah, I think this is fine. I think continuing on. I think he feels like he can win this set on Ken.
Definitely. It's also like starting to get wiped down to the wire, or the last few seconds on the clock. I really like, because Llama hasn't taken parry, it's much harder to deal with the fireball spam from Shotos.
I think that's why he's doing it, because he knows if the fireball's there, he can't meteor while it's on screen.
Yeah.
So, unless Llama finds a space where he can do it first. Oh! Almost got the jump in. Oh, that was it.
And into activate retribution combo. Retribution combos are always sick to see. They're not fun if they're
About
suddenly applied on.
30% there. Nice. Yeah, activated there. If you want it, he'll get it this time.
Yeah. I think that's a smart idea for Golden not to spend bar there and just to make sure, because you may need it.
He has a healthy life here as well, so I think that he really needs to chase. Oh, that was a nice dash forward to catch it, so he didn't get caught by that meteor.
Round 2.
Oh, that was really smart. I didn't even think of that.
I think Llama's realized he has to get it first, because if Ken's able to throw the fireball first, it gets a lot more difficult.
We're
Nice.
basically seeing a projectile wall until like one of them is like, okay.
But they both lose it heavily unless they throw the first fireball. That's what
Yeah.
the weird thing is. Ooh.
It's basically the good old you know I know. game of the Fireball Wars. This is looking dangerous.
Oh, how would you do that? Why are you overheading now?
Let's go.
Llama.
I feel like that bishop there was okay. It started creating more space.
The 2 bars with that much life.
Also, some of the tackles that are coming out is working real well.
Oh, nice! Can't do that block string. I don't think that'll kill though. I think you'll need one more.
I feel like if it doesn't kill, it'll just be pixel.
Loki there. Oh my god, he woke up with it again. Not quite. Block the throw. If he can do a little bit more, he might get... Oh!
Oh my god.
I was about to say, if he blocked any more, he would be able to be reversal for chip. So Llama just doing double dash throw, doesn't spend a bar.
That double dash throw. Like, I don't think Goldie was ready for a option like that.
It's your favorite. It's last game, last round for this set. Through the sides. Doesn't quite connect.
I also feel like as we progress further and further down this like set of games, it just feels like we're seeing a lot more varied options and just a lot more aggression out from both these players.
Llama can get it. Just needs one. Just needs to be able to get one retribution off. Okay. Has to make something happen.
Just the walk up after the ice ball is.
Oh god, he's so patient. He's not going to let him have any of it. Winds it up. Oh, that should be it. Into EX. Oh, doesn't even need it. There it is. Goldie able to outlast Llama.
That was patient because eventually a fireball or something punishable was going to be thrown. Really the patience in Goldie.
I think it was so important. The biggest way that Goldie would lose that round is if Llama was able to clip him either like through a low to get some retribution combo off, and then it would be like a dead 50-50 whoever wins next. So it was very proper for him to take throws at that point and just keep blocking until it was out. Even if Llama threw up maybe twice, I think he would still have enough life, and he probably could compete in neutral, and the trigger would be over. It'd be hard for him to V-skill and you could still make that comeback. So really nice from Goldie towards the end there. And he will be facing Shen in
Goldie vs Shen?
That would be the winner's final. That's going to be a first to 3, so that's going to be nice.
Yeah,
I just hope it's not a Luke mirror because that would be boring.
Hey boys, if you're listening to stream, could we see the Ken mirror?
No.
But we've just been told we're going to a break to get ready for our last portion or the next part of the stream. We'll see you.
Just before we go to a break, Schenkhan's not the replay game, is he? In the break? Is he, Tim? Oh, God. Of course he did. Of course he would. All right. Well, you guys have fun watching that. We'll see you back here in 5 minutes.
There's one man standing in his way. Oh, no, it's Schenkhan. It's not
Schenkhan.
It's Schenkhan. All right, VT1 VS1. Let's see. And Chun-Li, never mind. We're all wrong. That fireball is real. Can't DP through it.
Yeah.
Oh. Ken got traps in the corner.
Wow, big combo.
Those combos, those VT's pretty buff too. Oh my god. Oh, that could have been it. And it is it. Right now?
Yeah, Travis doing enough.
Yeah.
Oh, what a heck of a...
Oh. Throw him EXDP. The punch. The neutral game punch was being nerfed, was still there. Oh. That needs that comeback. 2 throws. Will he go for a third? No. Just catch medium. Oh, the hot 2 cross up.
Because there's actually like some pretty
There's some
gnarly
cool
tech.
stuff. Yeah, the desk combos. I'm sure you saw it too.
Yeah, of course. I've even seen Ken now has throw loops anywhere.
Ah,
So you can do a forward throw a light fireball into and cancel it into V trigger run, which is a buff that the V trigger 1 got, and he's +2 after the run and run straight into your face for another throw mix. And that's anywhere on the screen.
DT activate. Oh, sends him mid screen.
Sends him out.
Oh, that
one.
Chun, yeah, that Chun buff. Crouch heavy's plus now.
Why is that?
Oh,
plus?
You actually went for it, yeah. It's very scaled though. Oh my god, he's looking at full scale. Yeah. Going for it. Scaled, but he wants it. One more. Token, meaty, throw. Shen takes it. Another one. Oh, Shen. Going off now. Whoa.
Oh, you can.
Oh, dash or jabs. Yeah, meaty lights. Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty buff, isn't it? Oh, yeah, punish. And the XDP.
Wow.
One throw.
Whoa.
And heavy.
Yeah.
Love to see it. One more. Oh, Shen jumps.
Oh wow.
Into V2. Doesn't go for the full one this time.
Nope. Hanging on for the big damage.
Oh, maybe another blow break.
I didn't realize that actually takes away the big HP. Oh, he's dead. Oh no, it dropped. He dropped out of it.
10 seconds left.
Happen. Reversal. Trust
Yeah, reversal. He's gonna get. Oh my god, he sensed the chip coming. He's like, nah. No.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, big rush. Oh,
Nice
mash jump
rush.
VP. Oh,
And he's a hit confirm away from death too.
yeah.
Gotta be careful.
Oh,
he grabbed
the
him.
range on that. Must have grabbed the outstretched limb, maybe.
Huge range. Almost for punish. Oh, spends the bar now.
13 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, it's looking hard. Travis needs to make something huge happen.
Yeah, check the dash.
Dash check, yeah. 3 games down to the wire. Schenkhan. 1 game away. Almost called him Ken again. Really embodied Ken. Oh. Shanks. Legs. Schenkhan. EXDP. Love to see it.
Oh, to establish it. That's a good gun. That's a punish. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh, what a
W plus DP.
Hadouken.
Schenkhan
FYI,
almost has VT.
Schenkhan.
There it is. How's he gonna activate? Fireball.
Oh, big EX just going for it. Plus frames.
Oh, he needs it. Travis knows. Travis not gonna let him. Oh, he activated. Oh, nice combo. Oh, look at it. One more, honestly, for death. Oh, that's it. Chance 1.
That's it. Woo. All over.
Yep.
FYI.
Can win.
So. Yeah, no. He's right. So Schenkhan hadn't dropped the game all night.
Oh.
Welcome back, everyone, to the UNGA Down
Welcome.
Under, Round 5, Season 6. We are about to enter our top 8, but before we do, we have 2 things that we want to talk about. The first one is, just like every other season of the UNGA Down Under, we have artwork. And bringing Tixie Licks back with us, a Sydney Australian artist. I think we got all Australian artists again for this season, for this one and Strive. Can't remember about KOF, hopefully as well. You can still donate to that prize pot though. Initially, I think it's about $5.70 at the moment. So
Yeah, it's nice.
there'll be information of that. Thank you, Tim, down in the chat for a link there if you so desire. We appreciate all the help. This is community funded project, so
It is.
thank you very much. Also, for the finest UNGA mentals, would you like to tell the people about that, Millie?
So with finest UNGA mentals this year, I was put on the spot. Sorry, I wasn't asked already. So we're getting a base prize of $500 that'll go across the entire pool, and if you add to the pot, you'll get like the players who end up in top 8 will get more, or top 3. Pretty sure it's the first 3 players.
I can't remember if it's the same or different for the season, but they'll definitely be getting the winner will be getting a Waifu 6 custom chassis. Actually, fun fact, he's doing my commission next week. So I'm pretty excited for that. You've already got like a sneak preview of the artwork.
Yeah,
But everyone else will get to see it next week. I won't reveal too much about it because Wifey's going to post that on his Twitter. You should definitely be following it as well. That link is in the chat. And definitely check him and his commissions out. Great guy, Andrew is.
Yeah. Lovely guy. Does a lot of amazing work. And it's always good to see like everybody supporting the community, supporting just everyone. And Slicer, speaking of supporting the community and another community member, thanks for aid. And is that Theo in the in chat too? But up next now, much love to you all, is we have Johnny versus Issedia. Bison and Alex. It'll be a good match.
Raid. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I'm assuming you guys came over here from KOF, maybe?
No, this is a Friday. Hold forward?
Right. Hold forward.
Yeah. Or it might be next week. Who knows?
Oh, JoJo's? What?
JoJo's? There's a JoJo's, Tony? Or...
I've never played any of the JoJo games.
I've
seen a couple of them. They were playing it at the castle, local, which hasn't shut down. But let's talk about that later. Issedia on the left side. Danny in her familiar pink costume.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gone back to V-Skill 2 as well. It did get a nice few buffs, including that Tiger combo change. It definitely helped Bison in a lot of matchups where V-Skill 1 wasn't that useful, so taking it in any non-fireball matchup is pretty good. Got a reason to use it now.
Round 2.
The changes to V-Skill 2 is pretty good, and like I've even noticed when playing against like Bison and now it comes out a lot quicker.
I think I'm seeing most Alex players play V-Skill 2 over 1. I think since last season, actually. It's been pretty useful to do the cancel out. The cancel. That's a big range. Not quite for the stand heavy. Nice.
I'm really loving the beast and just holy.
To the air. Bison winning the exchange.
Yeah.
Nice. Danny able to take the first game. It's a neat little combo. I can't believe they both went for the air stomp, beating out Alex's stomp. Dank, first one on the board.
It is first one on the board. I have gotten slightly distracted by the talk of JoJo's because my best friend has gotten me into this series.
I've never watched it. And
we'll watch it together. Start off with the V-Skill 2, not punish. Now, if you see the startup of it, as soon as Bison disappears, if you press the button, you should be able to punish it.
I would think for Alex, I was going to say forward heavy punch, but maybe that's not a good button because you might get a auto-corrected the wrong way. So maybe he'd want to do something like crouch heavy punch instead. Nice cross off from Danny. Just a throw in the mix.
I'm really liking the use of the V-Skill too.
She seems to be doing it at times where, I mean, you just gave the counterplay to it to do it in neutral, but in a lot of these spots, like for wake up there as a meaty, Issedia can't really do anything and he has to hold it.
Yeah. Worst case scenario is you just block and just possibly put yourself in like a throw situation, which depending, you can take it or not.
Needle stomp for Alex now is -2, so very safe. Nice anti-air from Issedia. Probably wished he got a little bit more. Dank on the time to be aggressive again. Ooh, not quite. Issedia is missing a lot of these jumps.
Yeah.
Danny's been able to keep that stun real high. Ooh!
Ooh. Are we seeing some good old...
Oh!
That double dash... Ooh, that V-shift was so good.
It's kind of scary for both of them, but I think Dank just wanted out of there. Issedia didn't really lose a lot from missing that command grab.
Really
it still has a
liking
VT1 up. Nice, went for the throw this time. Can't praise that. I think he's dead. I think he's dead. No more! It's dead! I think the damage is there. I so did think the damage is there.
Wins.
I was so wrong on that. Dank, we get 2-0. Issedia gonna bow out in 8th place.
It's go time.
Or
It's
7th
also
place,
really
I guess.
just see Danny playing. Like, I also know, like from what I've seen on her Twitter and everything, there's been a lot going on. So it's really good to see her like placing well and like doing good again. Like she's improved so much over the I'd say the last year.
Actually against
Like
Rumours next.
everybody
That's gonna
has.
be hard.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have Kadzao and ROF. Kadzao managing to beat Electric Allen and then taking, looks like it was a close game against Destiny, 2-1. These two very familiar with each other, both in Melbourne. We play together at locals probably a lot. So I'm wondering who ROF's playing because I don't think it's Birdie. Just based on how it's been going in his bracket so far tonight. I'm assuming it's one of his newer characters.
Yeah. I really do like seeing ROF play the Seth. It's cool. Kage's play feels cool.
I want to see him play Jury more, to be honest. Cammy? What? No, surely not. Surely not.
I know
Actually,
he does have a cameo, or it's like
Cammy versus Sim I like. I that's the matchup I even play against into Sim, and my Cammy's not that good. But that feels like such a more winnable matchup compared to other characters I've had.
So, from what I just noticed, we have to say thank you to all the Cad V, Nazy V, who's just
Thank you very
donated.
much.
Much love. Gotta love the girls supporting. Also, that reminds me, I said to Shen, and I'll probably donate after the stream. Because, it's always good.
I'm not. Sorry, Shen. Well, technically, I gave money to Waifu for his commission, and that's going towards the tournament. So I am donating in the most roundabout way possible.
It's a Seth
So be happy with
in
that.
the tracksuit costume. Let's go.
Okay. This matchup I think is also makes sense. Especially with V-Skill 2, because all of a sudden you can do an advancing hitbox special. And that's super hard. That's really going to be really annoying for Sim to deal with.
I am not round one.
True, and I've seen Maisie play the other day. I've asked her, and she's definitely getting a lot more confident and a lot better with mixes on Sim.
A little bit of trouble at the start. One for stun. ROF missing that axe kick, but still managing to get it anyway.
I know it's possible, and I've done it a few times to anti-air the dive kick or the axe kick of Seth. It's just the hitbox is finicky.
I'm not sure if Sim's is a back medium punch, maybe?
But also, I play Mika with him. Our Mika plays have a good anti-air. Look at that combo in the corner.
Ooh, okay. Wow.
That was real nice.
That was a very funky way of doing that mix-up. It looked like she was going to be right next to ROF. And it actually stood in place to activate that trigger. She still has it available. ROF trying to pile on damage. One. Just has the tick at the end.
Really smart choice.
Seth wins.
But that mix-up was incredible by Maisie. It's good to see.
I don't know if I like the yellow and blue as much for the tracksuit.
I don't mind the yellow and blue tracksuit.
I think the
but
pink looks good. The black and grey looks good. There's a green and gold.
Yeah.
Fine.
I also like the red and black one too, but I'd say the pink and the black and grey are my favourites. But that's just me personally.
Oh, what a bait! Jeff! Stick anything CC! That's so cool! ROF grabbing the corner again. Goes for the heavy spin, see the plus. High stun, and again. I think it's too risky for Cad to try and interrupt that. So ROF been able to get the free a lot. My god. Almost being able to kill off the one. One to go, just a jab on the wake up again.
It's really tough to lean against like Seth.
Round 2.
Because they seem to have a lot of options in the corner, it's hard to predict what they're going to do next.
I think one of the things that makes Seth really good in this matchup is the way that they can corner push Sim so easily, especially with that V-skill 2 that RF is carrying into this matchup. And a lot of the combos just in general. Wow, able to double dash, back throw, and we're in the same story we've been for the last 4 rounds. Really hard for Cad to throw out.
Just the corner pressure.
Oh my god, can't even slide out. That axe kick was so late to come down on top of it.
The confirmation just think that this will be very scary. Not dead, but also you're a touch away from done.
At the end there. That's unfortunate.
Sad to see her giving up, but
Seth wins.
that was an impressive Seth. Great to see, but also wow.
I think RO played that matchup pretty much perfectly. That was everything you would need to do. And it's really difficult spot for Cad to be in.
It's go time.
Bowing out in tied 7th place. ROF going on to verse a AwildLLAMA a little bit later. But so we're going to continue on for that losers bracket, and it's going to be Rumours and DankScorpio on the other side. These two obviously play a lot together as well. I think they face a lot in tournaments.
I think so. Like, I remember, I think it was like round 1 when we started UNGA for this season. Not these two, but some of the others have played. And just like, I know round 1, Danny wasn't doing the best, but she's gotten a long way. And like, hey, look, she's back in top 8. Great to see her here. Look, it's been a long day, rough week. I'm getting a lot of things confused. Just bear with me.
What do you mean? You woke up late today. That's what you told me.
I did.
How much coffee you had?
I haven't had like anywhere between my normal coffee. I've had like 2 today.
Yeah, but you have an absurd amount on a common day.
Yeah, but this is like 2 normal shot coffee.
Maybe donate it again?
Yeah, maybe.
$200? Wow. Thank you very much,
Thank
Maisie.
you, Maisie.
We really appreciate it.
The donate.
Work.
Jinx.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh, what does a commentator do when she's jinxed? Oh no. Oh no.
Ignore her commentator.
So that the jinx.
Okay, let's go back to the
Rumours able to take the corner. His favorite button. Oh, almost doubled.
the optimal meter build.
I don't think that letting the animation play at the end was optimal. That was very much mind gaming, a little bit from Rumours. See Danny going 1-1 this time.
Probably to try and stop.
Oh wow!
Right, wow.
Rumours? I might be looking for scissors, but Danny's not exactly holding back, so he's not. Ooh, that was a nice answer.
beautiful. Ooh.
Well, to be honest, at that range, it's pretty riskless to do. And if you're expecting maybe Bison to do something like down forward heavy punch to try and make a poke that connects with you, I think those are the kind of targets that Rumours is looking for. Because obviously he can't really get CC'd at that range. So
Sure, smart choice.
he'll be a little bit more careful to do it while he's cornered though. Nice spacing from Dank and the anti-air. Ooh, almost fumbled the throw, but did work out in the end. BT one's gone though. Oh.
Deactivate owner. The jump. Oh, the some kid owner.
Is that an OS?
That may be an OS. I'm not
like,
100% sure myself. But
It looked like Rumours did crouch slide kick into EX. Oh shoot. I'm losing my mind. What the hell's it called? Knuckle. EX Zonk. So I'm assuming it didn't matter what side he was going to go, and it would have been a low into EX Zonk to try and stay plus.
which makes sense and is a smart option to do that.
Nice little juggle there from Rumours. Grabbing the corner early.
I was just smart because just stay plus and just get out of the corner. You don't really want to be in the corner against Cody. This, like I say that about a lot of the characters we see tonight, but it's
Oh no!
Oh no! This is not good.
Rumours had lots of time to see that V break. Able to sway it again.
Plus brains.
Watch a slid.
I respect Gill.
I thought for sure she was going to sleep there, and she just did it. That's a way to find the comeback. Finds the low. Danny wants to bring this back. Other side. That stun's getting higher.
Yeah,
Rumours trying to back off, trying to make some space. Nice anti-air.
Anti-air. Oh no!
It's in front. How was it in front?
Round two.
That was super ambiguous.
Fight.
Cody needed quality of life, or like pipe wasn't a used enough feature because they were good buff.
He really needed that because Danny was coming back on a tear. That was really dangerous for him.
Yeah. It's just
Nice check.
able, like mental game holding from coming back. Oh, nice little OS there with the ball.
Uh-oh. Oh, not the granted CC though. Still got it. One for stun. Daniel working on a perfect. Trying to keep that stun high. She needs to put the pressure on. Nice jump though. Level 2
Still
soft
good
though.
life lead, you just have to be careful.
I think that was an anti-V shift. Oh, there it is. Not gonna kill. Throws him out of the pocket sand. Nice for Danny to get one more. She needs one more though.
Fight.
It is still first to 2. We're not quite in top 4 yet. Trade ants here. I think that worked out more in Rumours' favor. 21.
I really just like the patience on both players here. Come on, just waiting.
I think one thing that Rumours has to know is if Danny seems to be walking around like that, you definitely know she doesn't have a charge.
Yeah.
So maybe something that he can take advantage of. In a spot like this, nice.
Ooh, the punish to not remove the V reverse. Oh no.
Oh my god, I thought it was coming right back.
Yeah, I thought. Nice
Okay.
DX deflector.
This is out of the meter.
Oh no.
V trigger's still there. Command grab. Oh, it's another sway.
Cody wins.
I don't think there's anything she could have done. Because if she didn't V break, she would be in the recovery state, and I think she could be punished. So I don't think she could have done V shift or V break. As soon as she hit V shift, it was over. I think Rumours had it covered. That was a really nice play
I also
from him.
know that Rumours, I think he was mentioning on one of his streams or something, he was working on some anti-V shift.
Yeah, what it looked like, what happened. I don't know, maybe he can answer this, but what it looked like was whiff throw, and then he got stand medium punch into knuckle. And that seems to me like it would make sense as a way to like recover first, then catch whatever it was. So that was really a nice way to beat that option.
Sure was. Was really good to see.
So we're gonna have Llama and ROF. I'm not sure who ROF would. It could be Seth again.
It could be.
Battle of the bosses. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm just wondering, like, how much to the business end are we going to get to before we start playing a lot more Birdie? He's sitting on, I think he said 7 wins so far this year. Kage, okay.
Oh, we're seeing Kage. Nice. And it's the business suit Kage.
This Kage did some work in the OG Nerds tournament, so I mean, it won him $200, so Kage, one of the characters that did come out really well
I think it was
this season.
Zeku took grand finals, but yeah, it did do a lot of good work.
Oh, especially in the early part of the bracket, I think. It was mainly Kage that I saw.
Also, the changes to Kage is pretty good.
A lot of his a lot of the fireball stuff helped a lot. Oh, nice! Good jump to beat the delay tech. Safe string, spaced. I think he went for walk throw. Llama. Nice to get that stun to go down as well. Nice V reversal. Just keeping that pressure on. Uh-oh.
Oh no, you have to be very careful here. I'm not sure Kage has any good ways to avoid the projectiles Gill can send out.
No, but I think at this stage it doesn't really matter, especially with the life lead that ROF's got. You only need to tap anyway, so you can see ROF playing it pretty conservatively for the time being, especially because that trigger's now gone for Llama.
Yeah.
Ah, there it is. Red fireball to go through.
That's my choice. Also, the patience of just like playing the fireball game, not like really has risking too much is really good, because the one thing you don't want to do is have something punished and then suddenly.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
We're gonna do one more after this.
Definitely, but very close to a fact.
Oh! What did he want to shimmy? Can't work out. Oh, this could be big.
Oh, the V-shift, but it didn't work.
He can stun. He can stun.
Yeah, it did stun.
Oh, he didn't want to do it just for the scaling. Nice.
Something really not the dead target.
Very smart from Llama. I think if he did end up stunning for some reason, I think he would need to spend CA to get that round. So instead, he drops the combo short, keeps the stun really high, then it becomes a 50-50 to win the round and retain all his meter. And that's going to help him a lot for the start of this one. Oh, it's another perfect. Nice. EXDP again this time.
That one time wasn't blocked. Good option.
Uh-oh. Is that it? Oh, juggled.
I think they've done something to one of Gill's moves to allow it to juggle a little bit better, but look at those juggles. Look at that round. Wow.
And we actually saw it being so important that Llama keep his meter from round 2 to 3, and he spent it all on that round. It happened so quick.
Definitely feels like everybody, all the people we have in tonight, I'm playing around. They're like, oh, okay, we'll play slow sometimes, and every now and again, it's like, no.
Well, I'm playing around a little with some whack-ass Kage.
You call every character you don't like seeing whack. Was it
yes.
Chips is Urian?
Yeah, but Chips is Urian is whack. It was so whack. It was like the least real thing I've ever seen. Yeah, a lot of Shen's characters. No, I've come around to the idea of Shen on Sagat. Especially because he told me later that he'd been practicing it in ranked on one of his alt accounts. I was like, okay. Maybe it's a little bit more practice than I thought.
Goldie mentioned something in the chat that could actually happen in Gill Mirror. That would be sick, wouldn't it?
No thanks. No. Yep.
It's a birdie.
Okay, now we're going birdie.
Yeah.
Super serious. Engage.
Fight.
Start off with the dolphin dive. Makes
I'm not
sense.
sure if Gill is one of those characters who have his hurt box go forward when he throws the fireball. And that normally dictates how well Birdie can use Bullhorn as an anti-fireball on its own.
I also feel like against llamas, you don't want to mess around too much on other characters, especially with the projectile held, like we're playing Jogo up in here sometimes.
One thing ROF has gone for is VT2. That's a great trigger for damage, but the only real weakness of it is getting it to the activate stage. A lot of the activates don't really work. There's only a few safe ways to do it. I think that's one of them, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that he has it up, it becomes a lot easier. He probably kill Llama in one hit if he gets it right. Like one stand heavy punch or one stand heavy kick. Just using it to try and catch the feet. There it is. For the mix. Oh, nice jump.
That was a really good read on like dash on Llama. And we're now seeing good old retribution combos. Gotta love.
You need to mix though. It's definitely not over. Nice V reversal. He cancelled the rest of that trigger as well from that. Oh, great answer. Great answer. Reacting to the media. Drives right past it.
Round 2. Fight.
Nice, and again. Kick throw. Great dash.
Only trading with one button hits occasionally, but patience is.
Llama's only pressing forward heavy kick. And RF's only pressing stand light punch. Okay.
Let's see where we can go with this.
Llama
Nice
trying to get the
reverse.
timing.
This is also looking scary, like that EX bar is moving on ROS side. And look at that B trigger.
Oh, is it all over? Can you juggle from that? Not quite. Yeah, he's just going to be chasing that low all the time. It's so hard for Llama. Oh, wait. He's put himself in
Llama
CA
now?
range.
Yeah, it just needs
Nah.
to... Because if that's Retribution CA hit, that would have been a lot of damage.
I think it would have killed, to be honest. I think it would have killed.
Yeah. And like, just looked over in chat and I think Slice is right. It is. We're seeing some good old pure, honest footsies.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Round 1. Fight.
RF though, he's able to even it up. Wow, he's in range for that punish.
It also feels like Llama's turned down the ignition a little bit. This is less Sydney.
That's probably why he's losing.
But then again, like, as the boys would love to remind you, Melbourne's always been Sydney.
Come on, Llama, get more itchy. You're gonna be more itchy, bro. Gotta scratch that itch. Oh. I'd be so scared to throw those medias if I was Llama. ROF has the EX build. Whoa. Because that retribution's up. Only needs one false. Oh, there it was. Couldn't get anything from it.
Yesterday, Llama has to be careful here, but this is looking very annoying
Again,
to approach in on.
if ROF lands it, one of those stand heavy punches, it's a lot of freaking damage. Probably maybe enough to kill even.
In range that any touch will kill.
You see ROF kind of fishing for it. A trade, not quite working out for ROF. Trigger's gone now. Oh no! Oh, I tried it again! Had to spend it. Had to spend it.
Time to return to harmony.
A little bit scary towards the end, but getting the first round is way more important than conserving the meter. Way more.
Definitely. And also in a situation like that, you would much rather confirm the round and just make sure you're safe than like possibly knowing you had it in the grasp and it just slipped away.
distribution. Didn't get too much out of it though, so Birdie still able to take a lot with his health. Oh, almost a punish on that meteor. Yeah, and Llama having to be careful with that trigger up.
And this is still 32, isn't it?
Yep. So Llama only needs a little bit more to end this. Nice. How much that trigger does.
Yeah.
It's a throw. It's looking dangerous. Oh, I don't think that's quite stunned.
Yeah.
One more. Llama has trigger now. He can't activate though.
Oh, no.
Gonna be last game, last round.
Last game, last round are always my favorite because it feels like everybody gets a little bit more itchy, a little bit more antsy. Like you're patient, but you also really want to get that win.
I don't know if he did a jump towards the end there. I think it was Llama's opportunity and he just maybe too focused on looking for the activate. Missed the anti-air. That could have given him the win.
Yeah, also not a lot of people would have expected jump there. It was a single anti-air and he just lost the game.
Yeah, especially on the Gill's combos. Wow. ROF able to keep in the corner.
Oh wait,
nah.
but it's blocked. Oh no. Gotta love to see it though.
With that stun high, you have to be so careful. You might be looking. That EX bird can come from anywhere. ROF is going to play it patient. He knows he has the resources on his side.
True, it's also easy to wait out this trigger. Letting Llama waste it.
There it is, done. Exactly as you said. Oh, I can't even throw the meteor down. ROF 2 ready.
Birdie wins.
Very ready. And if you have bar and it makes a smart choice, why not spend it there? If it's a smart choice.
So Llama, along with Dank, gonna ship off in 5th place for tonight. ROF moving on. And we're gonna go up to the winners final. We are now first to 3 for the rest of the night.
Best of 3, and it's winners final, so is that Schenkhan and Goldie up?
It is. Please don't be a Luke mirror. Please don't be a Luke mirror. I don't want it. I really don't want it.
Look, I don't mind seeing a Luke mirror.
I wouldn't mind it if they choose different triggers. Like, I honestly really like VT2 for Luke. But VS1, VT1 seems like the only way people are going. Mainly because it's really easy to use. And there's a lot of damage that comes from it. But VT2, those free plus get-ins can be kind of nice. God, they're both much. It's gonna happen. Oh, it's gonna happen. Guys, look away. Look away.
Look away. Embrace it. Hey, who knows? This is what could like tournaments and majors be like for a bit. If Luke's strong and people want to win, they may or may not play him. It's just
I don't need a sneak
situation
preview of a Luke mirror. I don't need it in my life.
And why? Yeah, fair.
All right,
Look,
here we go.
I still dislike Luke.
Come on. These guys can play so many characters. Ken, Guile,
I want to see the
Zeku.
Ken mirror math.
Ooh!
It's 3.
Well, it's not Luke. That's what I care about.
Is also Shen picking this because he wins more games?
Possibly. This is G'day's old costume. He would always wear it.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you lose a round, as soon as you lose a round, he'd go to Arthur.
That was pretty ballsy dashes up.
No, we actually saw this match earlier in the night. It was actually Goldie on Luke against Angel's Ryu. Yeah. Obviously, Shen's a little bit different, but you should see how he chooses to approach this differently.
Maybe Shen heard us. Maybe he knew we didn't want to see the.
Oh, nice. He uses EX to break through it.
Yeah.
One thing definitely Shen's doing differently is on V-Skill 1, more standard for reuse.
That's okay. What I just learned, chat, what would you say this matchup is like? Is it an okay matchup?
For Ryu? I'd probably say not. I'd probably say it would be Luke favored, maybe like 5.5 to 6. The one benefit that Ryu definitely have is he hits like a rock, which is real helpful. But a lot of the, like, some of the fire and ball answers that you would want to use as Ryu that you would use against other people, like parry or medium kick Tatu, you can't really use against Luke. Like, that fireball's too hard to try and parry. You're seeing Shen having a lot of trouble just warp blocking. If you're trying to parry that, that's going to be super difficult. And medium kick Tatsu is kind of the same answer. It's way too slow to try and use against that fireball. So you almost got to pretend he doesn't have one. It's just a long range poke, which
Okay.
I don't know if Ryu really does well with. Nice crosscut though.
Nice. Yeah. Both these players are very consistent on their like crosscut DPs and their GPs. Number
Shen's definitely famous for it. Obviously Goldie's good, but Shen is probably known for it in the OCE region. You can see one thing Shen's trying to do is trying to walk into range of that Sandblast, where he can punish it, if possible. If he gets close enough and gets it on block, he might be able to punish it if he's close. He has to be careful though. Nice! Goes for the Oki. Oh! My trigger's better than yours! Way too difficult.
Play by Goldie there. I didn't expect that.
That's not even throwing a fireball. You just have to react to the fireball with a button. You're just pressing trigger again to make that happen, and you're blasting through. Even if it's an EX fireball, I don't think there's anything really you can do. Because Luke's throwing out like 4 or 5 at you.
True. Also, it's good to see that like Shen isn't changing.
Shen trying to prove me wrong to parry. I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. Nice charge combo from Goldie. Nice to use heavy to side swap. See if you can block one of these close range ones, you might be able to get like a standing light kick punish or a crouch medium kick punish, but
and if it's just like in jump range, you may be able to jump and trigger activate. Let's see where Shen goes in this.
It's a bad charge by Goldie. Oh no!
Oh, that is.
It's gotta work all again. Nah, and again.
And here it is again. Okay.
What are you throwing a fireball for?
Fight.
Looking to go 2-0 up in this winners final. What a great position to be in for him, if he's able to.
Okay.
Oh my god! That's stand light kick buffer.
Ugh.
Ooh, nice with punish. That's definitely one thing you have to do against Luke. Almost punished.
Oh,
quite
that
though.
was punished on her.
It's super hard to try and punish that stand light punch. It is -4, but no one punishes it. It's so hard.
I know Luke is hard, so you're saying that Ryu just is slightly harder?
Like 3 hits from Ryu can disintegrate your life. It's not funny how fast it can be. A little bit closer. Spent the bar though.
Not choice, like you're almost getting the round back.
We saw Angel try those forward heavy punches. Gotta be really careful not to whiff. On! Oh, couldn't get there. Oh, that's gonna be it, maybe? No! Pixel. Shen. 1 bar to live on. I mean, that's 1 EX fireball. That's all he needs. It's not like there's gonna be any trigger from Goldie. He's trying to get into that range for that Sandblast. Shen can definitely not jump, so he has to be doing something else.
Yeah.
Oh, all that meter's gone.
Yeah, clock's ticking down.
Oh! Surely that's a misinput. That overhead was such a misinput.
Fight.
Shen by the just scraping by to take that round in the last second.
Impressed at getting to one of the players.
I think it was just a misinput for Goldie. 1 lapse. Nice charge.
I just quickly saw chat, and it's good to see that like the difference is between the heavy fiber from these characters. Luke has the slight advantage by about 6 frames, which is still pretty decent in this game. I feel almost.
This is a really hard spot for Shin to be in, because I think as soon as Gold, even if he takes a little bit more off, as soon as Goldie gets trigger, it's going to be so much more difficult in neutral. So I think he kind of has to win it. Oh, that's going to help. He can't let this pressure up. He has to keep going. Oh, now oh, he didn't activate. Trying to try again. There we go. No. Respectable risk to take. Goldie just one step ahead though.
Luke wins.
Like I said, as soon as that trigger he activated, it would have become so much more difficult for Shen to try and play that neutral. So a chance to maybe bust out of it right there, I don't mind it. It made sense as a risk.
It's go time.
Oh, I can see what Shen might do.
You think we're going to see the Lukes?
Yeah, that would be what the Chad move would be. Is like, you beat me 2-0 with Luke, and now I'm gonna play Luke. That's totally something Shen would do.
Yeah. I think we all remember after
I really hope I'm not right. I really hope I'm not right.
How Mercy just beat Shen, and then Shen was immediately.
Oh, Mercy's been ducking ever since. He says Gamaz to everyone else. Please don't be Luke.
Could also be the Ken or the Zeku.
Is this on behind? I need to.
It is the Zeku.
Okay. Whew! Everyone take a breath.
Round 1.
Shen, 3 games to make up. God damn it, BK.
I also feel like because of the grams, even though they're pretty minus, like when there's space, the projectiles of it is hard to punish, which may be a bit better in this matchup because you can control the distance.
What's interesting is Graham and Sandblast are kind of similar in that they're kind of like instant projectiles. Okay.
Up the Farad. Ooh.
That's one thing I think will help him in this matchup. Is I don't think any of the Sandblasts go full screen, so he might be able to get the ferret off, able to close distance, and I don't think Goldie can Sandblast back during that time.
Because if you Sandblast, you may get hit by the ferret.
Yeah, correct.
Also, Zeku also hits Petra.
Even safe. Oh, that was it. If he hits another trigger, still got it anyway.
Yeah, and it's the V-trigger one, so of course, all Zekus, as cleanly as they do, it's suddenly like a slide time, and I appreciate seeing the slides.
Ooh, I think that was plus for Shen. Didn't really take advantage of it, but...
I think he was just trying to be patient there to see what Goldie was going to do. Yeah, because who knows? We may also see some mind games and conditioning happening here. Also,
Nice
3 games from Shen could have just been data.
I mean, there are easy ways to get data than play 2 losing games.
Who knows? Maybe he just wants to put on a show for us.
Maybe.
Like they all do.
Well, I'm telling you guys, you have to convince Shen to be a streamer. Nice. Ooh. Just went in. He knew he had the trigger to keep himself safe anyway. Is that gonna kill?
If it's not gonna kill, it's like one touch away from death.
Yeah, that's scaling. Oh my gosh! What was that?
Zeku wins.
I like how Slicer, thank you. You also need to help us talk to Shen about streaming.
How cool would that be? I'm gonna.
Who would be?
Someone start a petition.
StreamCon, we do.
It's go time.
See, the good thing is, because he's in game right now, he can't talk back to us.
But who knows? One of us may get the you guys are convincing everyone else. You know.
Let's do this.
Slicer got the tech. Hell yeah, dude. Hell
Is this
yeah.
the same tech that Goat ranted about on Twitter? The marble tech?
What's this? I think I missed that.
It's on Saturdays. That would be great. You guys need to help us. God, he's
Oh
gone
my
back
God.
to the old main, the Akuma.
This is
I've
super
not-
old. This is like the OG of old mains.
Round one.
I can't remember the last time I've seen him play Akuma.
Let's go. They're both up the lyric.
Nice. Nice with punish. That's their mini kick. Still strong. Goldie wasn't able to push that stun advantage. And now Shen able to get to mid screen and still has a life lead slightly.
And immediately against Akuma, Shen's moving way more in and out of ranges. It's really interesting the way he plays matchups against different characters from the same person.
I would have thought though in this matchup that Zeku would prefer VT2 instead of VT1. Just to deny air fireball, especially when Akuma gets to V-Trigger 1.
Round two.
Like VT2 can dissuade you a lot, so interesting that he's still on VT1.
But
See
also
what he does
one
with
is the Akuma demon setup.
Oh, I meant more for Zeku.
No, I completely understand. I also saw Cody's running and I'm like, I would love to see you do so.
He does practice that a lot, even when he was back in like silver or gold. Goldie trying to pop forward. Oh, got caught. Nice with punish. Goldie trying to grab the corner. Doesn't really take that space though. Oh, he's let Shen out.
Yeah. I feel like Zeku is easier to deal with. There's the F5 you were talking about. Zeku is easy to deal with when he's in the corner. Less options apart from maybe the wall jump out.
He really wants. But he got it, but that was punishable.
Come on, Cody. The block string. Nice
That's all safe.
Are we gonna see it? Let's go. Come on,
Nah,
Cody.
he'll fake it. I bet he'll fake it. Yeah, he'll fake it. See?
Yeah.
Shen holding up.
Final round.
Yeah. Well, we also still wake up CA so far this UNGA, so been an eventful one.
One very important skill on Akuma, because he's so stubby. Whoa, that punish though. God, that ate his health. That was only one bar.
And all these form changes.
God, he's got to make a lot to work with. Akuma, definitely one big nerf he's had over the seasons. His VT1 runs out a lot quicker than it did.
Yeah,
So
and
it's a lot more feasible to wait out. Uh-oh.
definitely just relaying information Cat said.
Oh,
no! Is
Zeku
VT1's
wins.
probably gotten better because Akuma's been nerfed and there's changes happen, and VT1 maybe have gotten better, which makes sense why
That's
you
true.
choose it.
I've always saw Zeku's... Actually, I've seen Zeku kind of like Ken. And it's kind of funny that Schenkhan plays both of those characters.
Round
So I wonder if he
one.
plays it kind of similarly, where
Fight.
VT1 you definitely... Because VT1 you can do on block, obviously. VT2 you can't. Same with Ken's. VT1 versus 2. So if you need that... If you need to get in and make that mix-up happen, that's what VT1 can be really good for. Which VT2 can't give you. You need to confirm before you get it. And if the opponent never gives it to you, you can't use it. It's dead weight.
final game in the set.
It was 2-2.
You were
Started off-
saying before that.
Characters. Oh, one thing I was going to say about Akuma players is because Akuma is such a stubby character, your fireball becomes your longest poke. You know, most characters, it may be like stand heavy kick or stand medium kick, but for Akuma, it's fireball. It's basically like a poke that's extended, that doesn't have a hurt box in it. So you need that to get your other pokes in. Oh, nice.
Nice CFG there. It also makes sense is just speaking what Tom's saying as well, which is that Akuma's playing way more grounded than the character used to, which means the trigger one suddenly becomes way more active. And there's that EX run into
You know what's funny?
through.
Goldie literally yesterday he was talking in chat and saying, good players should dash check.
Yeah.
Good players should be good at dash checking. How's that working out for you, big boy?
CC2 is still valid. Cool. So both is choices. It's just one there's a little bit more used to picking it in the
Whoa!
matchup now. And
That's a statement.
yeah. Finishing the comeback on Zeku with a perfect.
Shen running a train. If you actually are very into Zeku tech, if you follow Schenkhan's personal channel, not the UNGA channel, but his personal channel, he puts a lot of, especially V-Skill 2 setups for stun. There's some really cool stuff there, so go check that out. Why am I giving Shen shoutouts before he's even won the tournament? That's not fair.
So next up we have Rumours vs ROF. But it's good to see. It's always good to see Shen on the Zeku. It's good to see Goldie on the Akuma.
I would yell at Shen, saying, why doesn't he just stay on Zeku? Because obviously he's very good at it, but that's very rich coming from me. And I know a lot of people are thinking about it, and I'm about to say something about it, and I know.
Yeah, you say.
I know.
Yeah.
I know!
When are we seeing you? We see you're in a tournament.
When there's actually a tournament to go to.
Let's do
There's
this.
UNGA.
That's when.
There's
I can't
Bam.
play in UNGA! I'm on commentary right now! Bam,
Another
maybe.
naked.
Bam, I might be there. Hopefully I'll be there.
We'll just never let it go. Kage 09, Mr. 11 name.
God damn. Somniac made that joke in 2019. It's stuck for like 3 years now. Guys, I actually announced Kage before he was released. You know what's so stupid as well? Is
I'm
like,
seeing the Seth again in the.
oh, he's back.
That's the red and black.
Yeah, I like this one more. I agree.
Yeah, I really like this one.
VT2 this time. Actually, he was VT2 before, so
Yeah, it's just V-Skill 1 now.
yeah.
ROF was running true against the
2-2 against against Dave. Amazing.
My name is Seth.
No, this is the red and green one. Still good though. Or is it
Look
the
at-
yellow?
I think it would look better if it didn't have the green. If it was just red and yellow. Good.
The green's nice though.
What does Seth absorb? Is it Zonk?
I
Zonk or
don't
Ruffian
know.
kick? Maybe someone
I
can
honestly
answer that.
don't know. I know what Seth absorbs from Mika.
Shooting Peach. I really wish it was her command grab instead.
With corner pressure.
This feels kind of hard for. Wow. Had to do that real early to avoid that dive kick.
Does Cody even have any answers to the dive kick?
He had to do a really early stand heavy punch this time. That's one way. I'm wondering. Oh wow, he did that sway in prep. What?
It's plus frames called
Round
this.
2. Fight.
Dude, all RF did was walk forward. Oh, okay. There's your answer. Able to sway it. Early stand heavy punch seems to be able to beat it, but if he does it any later than that, you might get caught by the normal timing. Rumours just committing. Is that gonna hit? Not quite.
No.
Able to get the dash combo as well. Whoa, that is an interesting frame trap. But he actually had trigger to go into as well.
Cody wins.
Stand medium kick and a stand heavy. I wonder if that caught delay instead of like a 3 or 4 frame.
Could be. You know, we see the region of delay tech.
That's true. You know what? I feel like we've almost done a full circle on that. Like, we've believed that so much that now we're automatically already doing a counterplay to it. It definitely was true like 2 or 3 years ago though. Room is starting off real well.
But the V-trigger too mixed up. That gets up and
So ROF got 2 throws out of the V-trigger, but I think he'll definitely get a second one. So just to even off that life lead, totally worth it. Even if it wasn't like a full combo or anything like that.
That's the beauty about having sometimes a true V-trigger. Is
Oh my
you
God.
can like V-shift and get it back real quick.
We're gonna have it back soon. No, he's not!
And good old pipe swing to close it out.
Round 2.
It definitely does feel like in this matchup that Seth has all the range advantage on Cody. And once Cody gets that pipe, then it begins to even up a little bit. Oh, nice jump. Level 2 as well. Shimmy. And last time we did this, oh, nice. He tried to go crouch light kick. It's a throw. Uh-oh.
Cody wins.
Well, that's quite a highlight reel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who's clipping tonight? Because it's normally you or me.
Yeah. It's
definitely
normally
would've been
me.
one.
Yeah. I think it's maybe Ben.
I hope Ben caught that one.
Yeah.
That's quite a one to do. Yeah, I'm posting that on Reddit. Get all the karma.
Oh, no one is. Okay. Ben, please.
And probably like, I made all the highlights, but I'm flying, so I can't post them. Ooh, dash check. Not quite to confirm
No
that.
one is.
Oh, got the counter hit on that Zonk. And again. Off the meaty.
And that's how I handle things.
Round 2. Fight.
Rumours only needs one more game.
Cradle.
Oh no.
You mean one more round? The stun?
It won't kill, but maybe one more.
No,
Where does he sneak it in? Oh,
Oh, no. That was a good desperation attempt, or just try to get out there.
Cody wins.
If it works, he's a genius. But it didn't work, unfortunately. So Rumours gonna take it. The set 3-0, and moving on to face GoldieLLAMA, who I don't think they've played again. No, they haven't played against each other tonight. Okay.
No, they haven't. And then whoever wins this is facing Shen in Grand Finals.
Correct.
Also, maybe Shen doesn't want... Here's a conspiracy theory for you. Maybe
Okay, here we
Shen
go.
doesn't want people on clip tonight because, like, he wants to make sure he looks good. Getting the highlights, we always seem to put him up on, like, breakouts. Not always, not as much.
I wonder if
That's
anyone's
nice.
taken the stats on that. Like, how many times Shen has been in the break replay?
I think, like, I remember when I started out helping out in UNGA, every time he's been on, like, a highlight reel in the break, he seems to end up either first or second in the UNGA run. But it was really good to see ROF Seth today. It's good seeing everybody play. We always appreciate all of you tuning in.
I mean, another top 8 finish
Lanes.
for ROF. It
Yeah.
bodes well for when we go offline. I think Melbourne's having a ranking battle, like an offline ranking battle in the coming months before BAM.
Yeah. And, like, who knows, we may all see each other at BAM, those of us who are going straight into the Luke.
The Goldie's still
We're
in
seeing
Luke.
your favorite character.
I don't think Goldie can make a bad choice in character here. I think all of his characters would be about the same.
Round one.
Into Cody, so I don't. Whether it was Ken or Luke or Akuma, I think it would be all.
Also know that Rumours seems to really dislike Luke.
Well, him and everyone else. So.
And also, I think maybe struggles or is trying to find the answer to the matchup on Cody.
Oh, he's still able to V-skill the down V-skill sway against it, so that could be really important. That's normally his best anti-fireball tool. If he can still use it in this matchup, that could be very important. Nice interrupt by Goldie.
And also got trigger on Jeff.
Definitely fine doing pretty early on.
Because you have to be careful with Goldie. You don't want to risk a command grab or any of the rock throws from Cody here.
I think normally against Cody players he'd be right, but against Rumours he doesn't really use the mix-up side of pipe. Maybe as much as some of the other international players. He's always preferred the neutral benefits that it gives him. So obviously pipe gives him longer ranges on things like EX, Ruffian and things like that. So the mix-up is nice, but I think Goldie should be more scared of him just staying around neutral, especially as the life lead already.
Yeah, also Low's way seems to be working out really well, which is, I think, good to see, but also...
That could be really important for this match. Yeah, definitely not good for Goldie. Ooh. Just moving in front of each other. Nice buffer.
Also, both these characters tend to, like...
That was a brave interrupt. There it is.
Neutral down. Let's go, Goldie. Yes.
Final round.
Goldie running out the 50-50 there. And need to take a round back.
I just read chat and like, of course, you know, steal the tech from each other. That's how it works.
I mean, you know the story of how my Ken came to be. All DD.
Minus the neutral.
Minus the neutral.
Look at this round. Going south for Goldie really quickly. Let's see what he can do with trigger on deck.
He could have found an activate into that. As long as he break himself out. Okay, now it's a lot easier. Ooh, maybe not.
I feel like V-Trigger 1 has a lot of comeback factor for Will. You just need to use it once or twice and it'll suddenly even up or give you the advantage in the field.
Well, CA is the big thing now for Goldie. Just wondering on how he finds it.
I feel like Lou
Oh, it's not gonna happen.
need pressure from the zones.
Cody wins.
If you're intent on doing walk block, reacting to EX Zong by blocking in time it's not gonna happen. It's really difficult, especially online.
And if trigger was just run out, so there's no way you can actually V-shift to make sure you're safe.
Round
Exactly.
one.
Very smart option from Rumours.
Fight.
Well, like either they get hit or you're plus. Like
Yeah,
never gonna be a bad thing.
it's still your turn.
Ooh.
I got it. Sweet. Go. Sit. Sucker. Eat that. Go. Go. Go.
That's from Goldie. Tell Goldie's. You can tell Goldie's plays on like hitbox and netbox. It's because of his last minute blocking. It's very apparent. Oh, nice. Baited it out. Throw. Oh, and again! Has to be so careful. Oh! Almost found it. Wasn't quite in range for that target combo. Goldie. Now we saw this be a problem for Shen. Because he can just press it! Like that.
Yeah.
Round two.
Talk about things you
That was
can't
fun.
react to.
Go. Go. Go.
In my brain was like, you could V-shift that, and I'm like, no, trigger's activated. Never mind.
A big lesson that I learned from Nez. The difference between 1-1 and 2-0. Super important. So it's really key for Goldie to take this game. Nice on the low, just committed. I get it. Missed the punish though from Rumours. Goldie able to keep the corner. He doesn't need the meter. Now he can just win the neutral. Why are you going in? That was risky.
You have to be careful. You don't want to give Cody a turn. Oh no, there's those.
Goldie, you can't look for that target combo too much.
Could interrupt on the EX mode. That's Cody with trigger.
Oh no.
There's that
One more.
off.
Oh, out of range. Luke can't reach something? What?
Final round.
That's a first.
Fight.
Could be in recovery or just, yeah.
Oh no. She worked out the boat, so. Oh, misinput again. He's getting that overhead a couple of times now, and I definitely don't think he wants it. Nice though. Good conversion.
Yeah. Goldie's starting to react, try and interrupt EX before it comes out and becomes a problem.
Yeah, just trying to keep things on screen, you're right.
Oh, another EX.
Oh no.
Oh no, this is not looking good.
But out of the rocks, only thing you have to do to get out of that. If Goldie can find an activate, it's going to help him a lot. Oh my god, he's burnt it. There'll be no trigger this round for Luke. Rumours is out though, so it's gone right back, but I think Goldie needs... Goldie just needs meter of some sort. Either EX or another trigger bar. Okay.
I feel like that's...
Yeah, he's fishing for that crouch medium kick. There it is. Helps. Not enough to kill though. Just be careful. I don't think he wants to go for an overhead in this spot. It's too risky.
It is too risky.
Oh, the trade! Walking up Rumours! Slice right past!
That's
Cody
high
wins.
though.
We'll collect it. He threw the pipe, stayed plus with the zonk behind it.
Yeah.
And that V-skill actually took him out of the range of Goldie's button.
Yeah. That was smart. That was planned. Really smart. Really well done. What are we seeing from Goldie now?
Yeah,
The Akuma? The Chem?
I would pick...
And also, just an FYI, those of you who didn't see some tagged Goldie
I
and
think I'd
was
play
like Ken eyes
Yeah.
in tournament chat.
I think I'd play Ken. I think Ken
Yeah.
would be better here. I think for a couple of reasons. I think one, Rumours has a lot of experience against Panda specifically, so the Akuma matchup is very known. And I think Ken does a little bit better on the ground in a case like this. So
Also, to be fair, the Kens, like if you're playing ranked against in OC, the ones you kind of like run across these days is Bama, which is
yeah,
very
it's Ken.
interesting. Yeah,
1-1 as
And-
well.
a couple of others. 1-1. I feel like
Round
that's
one.
maybe the smarter choice in this matchup because like Rumours doesn't really use Cody's projectile as much as some others do.
I think the only reason you might want to take VT2 is for the V reversals, but the few times he's done that, he's just been swayed anyway. So I think VT1 is a fine choice here. And I think also another benefit that Ken might give him is, not that Rumours is doing it too much anyway, is punishment on stand heavy kick. So -4 for Cody can be a little bit easier to deal with. A lot of damage coming in though for Rumours. Trigger up as well.
But now Goldie has almost all their
Yep.
trigger
We talked
activate and
We
a
talked a little
risk.
bit about it in the game with Zeku, but one of the benefits that VT1 can give you is you can use it on block. You can use it as a free way to get in, but he's already lost that opportunity. Oh, nice. Oh, caught Goldie waiting, deer in the headlights.
Game over.
Rumours double dash throw.
Round two.
I just realized I think it's also really important that Rumours tries to sway that fireball when he's in trigger. Because then he'll be I don't think he'll be able to do the fireball into trigger, into dash cancel, which is one of the new buffs that Ken got.
Oh.
If he can't get it on block, that's useless to him. So being able to deny the fireball like that, it could be really important.
Definitely big.
Nice jump.
Just gonna carry that too. It's good to see Goldie back on the offense. Looking after him. Ooh.
It's definitely his round to lose so far.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Also, Commentators first is definitely...
Oh my god, he does come at that. He's expecting V-shift. No, can't deny the activate again! Well, he's gonna... Rumours was trying to do it again. He saw him run at him. If he committed to the V-skill, he was dead.
Also, Rock's
He's trying to invite it. He's inviting it. I mean, Goldie, if he can find the opportunity, he can chip.
There it
Yeah,
is.
I think it was there.
Come on.
With Rumours in trigger, any block string to C8 would have been fine. Goldie, I need to put a round on the board. That'll help.
The Tatsu seem to be working out really well for Goldie now. The EX Tatsus.
It's a good way to Ken to spend one bar and get some corner carry, especially. That looked like an accident. Saw the accidental overheads on Luke. Came back from Ken. Punish time. Ooh! No, Ken, that was very bad. I wouldn't say that was not bad at all. Oh, and again, high activate!
And then
You know what we say in Sydney, Millie? You know what we say? Goldie got too itchy, bro. He got too itchy. Looking for that activate. Rumours denying it every time with the sway. And he is going to move on. I think that's right, isn't it? That was 3?
that was 3.
Okay. So Rumours is going to meet Schenkhan for a run back.
Sure. But will we see Schenkhan on the Luke, on the Zeku?
I think
On the
Shen can
Ryu?
do whatever he wants.
Also, it's Schenkhan and the winner's bracket of grand finals. More characters to play with.
Yeah. Still a very good run from Goldie tonight.
But yeah, a really good run from Goldie.
Third place, that'll definitely help.
The shadows come out from him. And yeah, third place.
That'll help in the points. It'll help in the top
Yeah.
8 points.
And also, we have a beautiful understanding website done by Goldie himself. Much love to him.
Thank you very much. Before we head into this grand final, I'd like to thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And to WP, CCH, and the King of Fighters Australia, New Zealand Discord, and that community. Having KOF on board again for UNGA has been something that I know Shen has wanted from the start, to have a lot of different games included, not just Street Fighter. So we're very proud that we can actually offer that to people. So thank you very much, everyone from all communities, for supporting us in those endeavors. What? Oh God.
Shem picking Lucia.
He's actually picking the new loadout that Lucia takes now.
Round 1.
Oh, cool.
Oh, maybe not. Okay. He's gone V-Skill 2, VT2. This is still okay though. V-Skill 2 has a lot more combo potential than it used to. So it went from being not useless at all to being very good.
Very nice.
This is the final fight, grand finals.
It is.
Nice buffer. Good cross up. One for stun.
Play ball. Let's have some fun.
Activate. Have to be a little bit careful here.
One difficult thing about having V-Skill 2 now is you need your other ways to activate. So Lucia now can use... If she has VT2, she needs to use an EX bar. Oh, that's it! Good shimmy. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this Lucia costume.
Fight.
I actually don't mind this Lucia costume.
No, it's awful.
I also don't mind the platform because it looks like she's wearing.
Those are fine. But wouldn't that be really uncomfortable?
Not really.
Just does a roll. Oh, almost got the target combo. Trying to sway the run actually let him wrong.
That kick down was a really good choice there. Good stuff. Also, the color schemes between the two characters is very, very similar.
Yeah, let's think of that.
Just good pressure from Shen. Almost seems like he's waiting for an opportunity.
Oh, that trade. He was plus there. He could have done something. Oh, I should be dead.
Jump in.
Yep. Not optimal, but that's fine. I won't hold it against him. Good enough to end the round, and Schenkhan goes 1-0 up. Throwing a spanner into the works of Rumours. With an odd
Also,
pick.
it seems like chat's on my side. This is actually a good costume.
No,
That's what
wrong.
some of them are saying.
Well, they're wrong as
Round
well.
one. Fight.
It does sound like H after that.
Ooh.
Just trading kicks at each other. Fair enough. Good on you.
I think Rumours can play more of a range game than he thinks. Apart from the fireball, was his pretty stubby. Most things that aren't are pretty punishable. So be careful with that crash when you get those real quick. Wow, just committed. I don't think that's what he wanted, but he'll take it.
Look at that stumble. You have to be so careful here. The activating
Knuckle.
is
All right. Let's have some
Rumours
fun.
still with work to do. That'll help. Oh my god, never mind. That one just held. That'll kill.
Gee.
Round two. Fight.
I did way more than I thought.
You have to be careful when you're alone.
I don't think Lucia is even that low. I think it's like 925 or 950. CC, or working on the perfect.
Look at that damage! We're gonna get a perfect.
Here's one mix up though. Oh!
Okay, never mind. My
Shen's holding up like it's a grappler. Bro.
Commentators curse.
Oh.
Oh no.
Tick throw. One for stun. Real dangerous for Rumours. Oh my god. Oh, caught the walk
And
forward.
the
Okay.
The excellent once again takes the round.
Cody
This is working out.
wins.
Yeah, also, I'm surprised at how much damage Lucia does. I kind of forget just how much with a few combos she just pumps it out.
Most of her damage is corner based. When they get really optimal. Mid screen, it's kind of fine. And she's very meter reliant. But that's okay because she can kind of gain meter quicker than other characters. Her meterless is not great. Her metered combos are real good.
Makes sense. Thank you.
That V skill is not an overhead and it's -4, but I think Shen's doing it at the right spaces. I don't know if there's a lot that Rumours can do. Crouch Light Punch may hit, but
I also know with that fireball that goes up and across, you can actually take close enough and characters have the option to complete it.
Play ball.
for the first part, yes.
Sucker.
I think I've seen Rumours a couple of times when he's first Shamax on stream. He uses medium kick Ruffy and a couple of times on the startup of that fireball because it is quite slow.
You have to be
Wow, that's a lot of
careful here.
Ooh, can't rush.
Go. Sweet.
Rumours smartly getting rid of that pipe. It's going to help a lot. Oh,
That's sweep. Oh wow.
50-50. Ah, just with Sorry, just with Shen, I should say.
Round two.
I was looking out to the left side and it said Rumours at the top.
Got it.
Yeah, it's still good.
Nice. Those run kick buffers have helped a lot.
It has.
Go. Go.
Also, a lot of the moves seem really quick, from at least what I can remember.
Lucia?
Yeah, they just feel faster.
Yes. She kind of trades range for speed. That's kind of her thing. So her crash mini kicks real quick. Her stand medium punches are among the faster of the
What a
mediums.
good choice there, yeah.
Oh, nice way to come back down. And the rock!
Bruh.
Which way do you block?
And that's how I handle things.
Sometimes you just need a heart.
Fight.
Sometimes you just need EXDP.
Yeah. But that seems to be a lot of people's choices. Is like, oh, I don't know what to do. If I can do it, I'll eat something.
Nice escape from Shen. Ooh, I think he went for the crouch heavy punch anti-air, but it was a tiny bit late.
Sweet.
Oh, that was it! I think you can get a stand heavy punch off that trade with the baton. Hard work now for Shen.
This is such a dangerous situation to be in for Shen.
Like I said though, like Lucia on metered damage is a lot, especially with corner. If he can make it happen, he can't though. Rumours just outpokes, and he's gonna go 2-1 up.
Cody wins.
One more and we get a reset.
I wouldn't expect Shen to change until the reset, so this could be Lucia again.
Sense.
Round 1. Fight.
So do you think, and I'm speculating here, if there's a reset, we're going to see the Luke or the Zeku?
I'd say Zeku?
Or we could see the Ken.
I mean, he might want to show Cody how it's done. Baton VTL's like, Baton's okay. The biggest benefits of Baton were it's more of a win more trigger instead of a comeback trigger. So it's only good if you land the hits of what you're already chasing. You can just get more out of it. But it doesn't help you come back in a game. Well, it can, but it doesn't really give it that much difficulties. Pocket sand. That'll help.
That's a punish.
Oh, going for the new combo. Interesting. Oh, that could have been it.
Deactivate. Oh,
Well, that was a crazy angle. Oh my god.
what a comeback.
Round 2. Fight.
CC.
I feel like as soon as we start talking or praising one of the players, the characters
Oh
too
my
much,
God.
the other one's just like, oh.
Rumours gonna back off. He's got enough to keep that stun high. That won't be it. One more. Enough to force off. If I was Rumours, I'd back off. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say I'd back off to let my health recover the grey so I can get my perfect.
You know, sometimes
cancel
even if we couldn't get it,
Just sweep.
sweet sometimes.
Cody wins.
Tom, I think sometimes we all think something.
I don't think
As
the VT2 is not that
commentator's
bad.
intuition.
If you watched VT1, I think you'd think it does a lot more work when it actually doesn't.
Hmm.
They're about the same.
Time.
Like the way that VT1 struggles is the same as similar the ways that VT2 can.
You won. Only.
But it's a new set though, so maybe he can. You'd have to
No,
ask
it's
your
just you
opponent.
have to ask Shen.
I think you can, because it's a new set.
I don't know. Shen would say something if he's unhappy with it.
I think you can't. You can only not switch mid-set, which this isn't, because we're at a reset now.
Yeah, so like I think this is a new set because it's now true final. So yeah,
So it should be okay.
at least this is what we've been informed by
If he wants to swap, Honda? Like what?
Honda. Hey, it's always fun seeing Honda.
Oh, Honda got some good stuff as well, I guess.
I played against like Freeze's Honda. the
Hello.
other day.
Dude,
Honda, like,
did he know Luke was coming and this is the counter pick? Was that the plan? That would have been so sick.
maybe.
That would have been so sick.
Round 1. Fight.
I also like how they didn't even let the intro play out for the stream.
Obviously, Rumours has always been a bigger fan of the VT1. Actually, I think VT2 got a lot more out of it this season, but still sticking with VT1. don't think there's a lot that Luke can do at those ranges. Even his stun punch might not reach. Now, you want to talk about good costumes? This Honda costume, I like it a lot.
Yeah, no, it's a nice.
It's like Yakuza member. I know you played a lot of Yakuza recently.
I'm still currently playing Yakuza. I put it aside.
Ooh.
I also am very distracted in like Yakuza.
Oh, I love the delayed charge and the command grab.
I feel like if the Honda's going to still continue being the pick, we may see Shen change characters.
I think he has better characters that can face him against Luke, but he might do it at a stubborn.
As I was just saying before, Honda's scary. I played against Freezer the other day. And just Honda's ups and just Honda in general feels like it's gotten much stronger.
I mean, Rumours is starting to run a train. You can keep it going. Oh, in range.
Also,
One more of those and it'll be all over.
yeah,
Oh, he doesn't use the trigger. I think he just wanted the timer. Will not help though. Uh-oh. Oh, couldn't get the CA. That'll help. It's one bar now.
I feel like this match or this matchup goes a lot better with Luke or Shen can dictate the pace because as soon as like Honda's like partying.
Normally Honda's not great against fireball characters, but I don't know how Sandblast fits into that because it's not a traditional fireball, obviously.
There'll be still 2 charge manages to get off, so you have to be very careful.
You can start to look for the buttons that you normally aren't able to cancel, like forward heavy kick, for example. Ooh, nice, confirm. Won't quite be stunned. One more. No, surely not. He's shifting there.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, why'd you dash forward? So not necessary. Shen, you better hope that doesn't cost you. Nah. Oh, okay.
That's just me
It's
all
gonna do it
about.
again.
Yeah.
No.
Luke wins.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. What someone's mentioning in chat that Luke could DP the butt slam, so maybe it isn't as bad as we think. Or I think.
I think it depends on the angle that I might come out through. I wouldn't be sure. I think Luke's is pretty shallow. Should be okay.
Immediate character swap.
Handicap. He was like, I'm winning this grand finals too easily. I'm gonna give Shen one game.
Let's do this.
Okay, let's say he wasn't predicting Luke. Do you think he might have been predicting another Shen character?
It could have been
Like
a
Zeku or Ken?
Yeah.
Would that have made more sense?
That would make more sense because I know when Rumours in the past has played Ken Zeku.
He's
The
won a grand
Honda's
finals
more?
like that,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. With Honda.
Or it's been super close.
Yeah.
Whereas maybe the coding makes sense against Luke?
So, round 1. Fight.
Because at least you have options of sway for the fireballs.
Yep, right here. Sit. Yep, right here.
Uh-oh, too close. Shen doesn't quite get the charge.
Also, maybe
Yep, right here.
Oh, just uses the raw special.
we're seeing a lot more raw specials like this tournament or this round at least.
Shen's playing a lot further than Goldie was playing on Luke. I'm wondering if that's part of the plan. Nice.
Let's have some fun.
Just to dodge the rock, but gets put right back there by Rumours. Rumours has to be careful. If he hits an errant poke, it could be like one stand medium kick into V-trigger. I mean, even a raw V-trigger might kill him if he's not careful. Oh, is that
And
enough?
the throw. No,
Why?
just some pixel. Yeah.
Gee.
Round 2. Fight.
You know, have to make it entertaining for the viewers, for us.
Go! Go!
Now, do you think if Shen loses a game on Luke, we're going back to character select and we're seeing the Zeku?
I think he has to lose 2 games and he'll do it. Like, I don't think there's swap based on this. Ah, that was close. Even better to target combo, it's not gonna happen. Rumours takes the game back. It's 1-1.
1-1.
Cody wins.
Both very kindly giving each other a game.
Yeah, you could say that. Makes it interesting.
Well, it's a ranked match now, first to 2.
Yeah, true.
Round 1. Fight.
Too slow! Yep. Hurt!
Just safe though.
Too slow!
He held that sway a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, just interrupted all of those. I like the way that Shen's been changing up his fireball timing.
Sweet! Go! Get lost!
It's clear that Rumours wants to try and beat it with sway, but he's actually changed it up enough that he can't just do it without getting punished or losing some space. Shen, little delayed meaty as well.
That worked out really well.
Round 2.
Almost seems like Shen has adapted and starting to implement a few more things to see the new reactions in play. Or adaptations, I could say.
Yep.
I'm wondering if the stand meaty kick might be really strong for Luke in this matchup. Just because it's going over that crouch meaty kick, which Cody likes to use. It's a very good low post, very long range.
Oh,
Nice way. Whoop, good buffer. Takes the Oki instead of the DP for the damage.
sometimes I feel like it's better to put yourself in an open situation just to be safe than take damage, depending.
I think, yeah. Especially in a situation like that, it was much better to take Oki. Again, Shen looking. Keeps it safe.
Oh no!
That sway cost him. He couldn't do a DP punish because of it.
Luke wins.
You hate to see it.
Trying to read instead of reacting. And he gifts Shen the lead to go 2-1 up.
It's Shen? Is that what you're calling this?
The Shen?
Round 1.
Schenkhan
No,
the lead
just-
to go... I'm confused with what I just said.
I mean, gifting rounds of games to people. The Cody was just saying that with EXP.
He's memeing you.
Okay.
Oh, gotta be careful. Again, this is more in line with the way Rumours likes to use Pipe, just as a neutral tool.
Let's have some fun.
Whoa! Do a little dance.
Hey, yeah.
Shen activating. Ooh. Coming from Rumours.
Patient. Oh, the trigger hit on her.
The V trigger bar that he has. Oh, it's not gonna matter.
The DP on her, yeah.
I think that was a dash forward into crosscut.
Fight.
Feels like Shen's trying to show off.
Well, he's one round away from taking 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. Sorry.
Nice way. Predictive that time. Needed to be. Oh, got it. Nice confirmed from Rumours. Needs one more.
The reversal there, smart option. Let's see.
He killed a lot of trigger time by doing that as well, which helped a lot. Clipped him in the end. Rumours. He's not going out without a fight.
Fight.
You could say this is his final fight. But come on, that was good.
Really liking these. Just facing the pressure coming out from Shen.
Shen's reliable. Oh my god. Waited for that whiff punish, but Luke actually not carrying him. Oh! He punished that DP.
And now it's the actual final fight.
Here we go. We've
Cody wins.
gone from the reset to a rank set to now Gfinity rules.
Gfinity
How
rules in play
poetic.
first to one.
How poetic.
It is.
What did I do?
Round 1. Fight.
He like Thompson passes. Anyway, final game, final round. Let's go. Let's see what we're.
Shen is going to stay with Luke. That was his last chance to maybe choose something else for the final game. But come on, the pun was fine. What are you guys on about? I'll need a poll on Twitter later. Tell Shen to make that on the official UNGA account. Nice block. Oh, big whiff. Probably not taking advantage of as much as Shen would have hoped. And Rumours gets the back throw for corner. Good use of that target combo in that case.
Really
think
liking the patience from both players.
Shen can't stop Rumours from activating. Yeah. Able to get that stand heavy punch meaty.
You have to be really careful here with the.
Oh my
Both now have trigger and deck.
I think both can kill from one as well. If they get the right opportunity, it could have been punishable. Oh!
What a DP.
That waiting game. Shen, he's just backing up. Especially when you got that trigger activated. Fireball becomes great, so it's a great idea for Rumours to look for it and maybe look for a magic jump. Not happening this time. Shen was too ready.
Yeah, man. Yes. I also think people don't expect Shen to be that patient there.
Oh, knowing him, I think it's pretty likely. Sometimes you have to do it, so it's not a bad option. From Rumours, that was though.
And that's tying up the line.
Uh-oh. -4 into throw. That's how we do it. Shen. Oh, it's got a throw loop. Van with the throw. Surely. Plus. Find that range. Oh, just chases it. Rumours got to look for an activate. Got to be denied by Schenkhan. He can't get in range to activate. Oh, there we go.
There's the activate.
Gifted.
Okay.
Oh, it came to nothing though. Has to say plus. Shen, he built up another trigger bar. Rumours looking scary. He has to. Oh, nah.
And just flips it.
Stand light kick for Shen. He's going to end it.
Luke wins.
And it's going to be another win for him, taking out round number 5.
2 rounds in a row, isn't it?
Correct. It is 2 rounds in a row. And again, Schenkhan winning his own tournament. Because that's what the TO life is actually like.
Yeah.
It's go time.
Well, what an excellent night.
Was a great night. GG's all. What a good showing and performance from all of you. Love to see it.
Another big congratulations to also for Rumours for getting this far. I think he did really well tonight. And for all our participants.
Yeah, congrats to all. It was lovely to see.
Hope this has been an enjoyable way of doing having an Easter Friday, starting your Easter long weekend. So I've just been told we're going to raid Dark Chaotix. Millie, do you have any last minute things you want to say before we head over there and watch some KOF?
Apart from thank you to all of our sponsors, thank you for everyone tuning in and playing. Love you all. It's great to see. And
also big thank you to everyone that donated tonight.
Yeah, we really
especially
appreciate
Maisie
the donate.
and V. Thank you very much to both of you. I think that's it. I think we're ready to head over. So we will catch you in 2 weeks. Strive will be next Sunday. And KOF, I think the Tuesday after that.
Sunday. It's always the Tuesday and the Friday on 1 week. We have KOF and Street Fighter. Well, much love. Bye all. Take care. And enjoy your Easter long weekend or your Easter celebrations.
Hey,
if you can celebrate it. Bye.